Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. This is the Lons. Watchalong. Joining me are two absolute titans from the Manchester United fan base. We've got from Real Reds Talk, Nick McCabe. How are we doing, Nick?
Very, very well. Thank you for having me back on. Always a pleasure.
Listen, you're part of the Eccles Mafia. It's a pleasure for us. And someone who's not part of the Eccles Mafia, or even part of the SK Mafia, is my good friend and esteemed colleague, Mr. Joe McGrath. How are we doing, brother?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm good actually. It's awful in outside.
Yeah,
like the rain in Manchester is bad.
Do you know what I mean? It was,
and we're welcoming people here. You know, we've got some new signings, and they're like, "Oh, what's Manchester like? I've heard it rains a lot. It can't be raining in August, can it? Oh yeah,
do you know what?
Prime time for rain.
It's good though, right? You got to get them used to it straight away. If they got here and it was sunny, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is alright," and then the next thing it rains 360 days. Yeah, you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is terrible." You get here, this is what you're getting used to. This is what's going to happen. Because it's good you said new signings. We're hearing rumblings, aren't we, that Rasmus Hojlund's going to be announced in the next 15 minutes. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but the internet says it might be, so who are we to argue? Make sure you are getting involved in the chat and the comments. Also, hit that like button. And if you're not doing, subscribe to the channel. Kjell, Martra has joined the academy as a member. If you check out the membership section, we've got loads of extra content on there, including some behind-the-scenes vlogs from our trip to America. We bumped into you over there, didn't we, Joe McGrath?
I loved it. What a moment.
Do you know what? It was great seeing you over there because we were talking earlier and it was like, anyone who's watched us from full-time Devils days or even just Stretford Paddock, you know we've got like quite a large family, people that have worked with us, people that still work with us, and there was Joe there was Alex Bagley, there was Adam Patterson, Cam Waters, Sam Homewood, who've been with, Sam who's on the full-time Devils days was there, and then obviously you had myself, McCullough, Howson and Joe, Ethan as well, producing for us, doing a sterling job. So it was just, it was just good vibes, man. And
do you know what it was? It was like, when it was out there, when we're seeing people who knew us, it was like some people going to, especially for me, I'm not part of the main cast. So imagine you go and see like a Phoenix Nights reunion. Yeah. I'm not the main cast.
Who would you be if we were Phoenix Nights?
You and Joe and House and McCullough, you're Peter Kay, you're Paddy McGuinness, you're that. Then they saw me, Justin Morehouse in the corner, like, you're with them as well. I don't really know your name, but it's great to see you in New York.
To be fair, I mean, yeah, you could. I was going to go more like you and Roy Walker.
Hold on, I'm on more than fucking Roy Walker in one episode. Roy Walker.
Fucking hell.
Taking the piss. I'm at least a Justin Morehouse.
I thought, do you know what? I was going to go, was it Ted Rogers? No, Den Perry. But that makes you sound like you're a bit of an antagonist and you're not, you're part of...
Holy Mary.
Holy Mary, yeah, listen, you're on this channel about as much as McCullough and Howson have, to be honest with you. So I think you do yourself a little bit of a disservice, but it was great.
Brilliant.
Do you know what I loved as well, Joe, and you'll have seen this, was... And I'm always a bit wary of saying this, it sounds a bit egotistical, but you've got to be honest, the amount of love we had for the channel, not just... Big shout out to Sloppy Joe's as well. You doing some great content over there. Go and check out Joe's and Ethan and Joe Smith's Sloppy Joe's as well if you get a chance. But the amount of people that I love your channel, what you do, do you know what I mean? People saying we're all getting a lot of love. It did get a little bit annoying when people coming up to me going, "Jay, yes, he's still." I had a few of them.
Here we go.
Here we go. Main man.
Yeah, he's still.
You would have had a couple of fans over there.
I think what it shows is, and this is generally be serious, the connection that people want with Manchester. This channel is the one that does it for them. You know what I mean? It is. It's the one it's in Northern Quarter. It's in the heart of it. It's in City Centre. All Mancunians, all giving it like everyone who loves United, and then you broadcast it every single day. That's why people
authentic, consistent. That's why.
Well, this is it. And if you've not done already, I'm bold. Talking about authentic, consistent, go and check out Nick's Real Reds Talk as well. So check out Sloppy Joe's, check out Real Reds Talk. And if you're not subscribing to this channel, give your head a wobble and subscribe. Loads of people in the comments already. Lockstock says Hojlund will be watching. There was talk of him getting announced. Do you remember the Leeds game? Was it Varane?
Yeah,
the
Varane.
Leeds game. Yeah. Mate, that game is literally one of my favourite ever games at United. Honestly.
It was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It was amazing, that game. It was the first proper game back with a full crowd after COVID. It was
had everything, didn't it?
It was, Varane got announced. It was like a surprise. Yeah, we battered Leeds 5-1. What made me laugh about that as well, we were winning 1-0. They equalised. they were still celebrating when we scored. Which was great. I couldn't.
Was it Ayling? Was it Rocket top corner?
Yeah.
Decent goal. I did the watch-along for it, and we honestly thought we were going to win the league.
Yeah.
You know what? The season always has that kind of effect.
I'm always going early, mate, with things like that, and it was like I just love the fact I hate Leeds, mate, and I just love the fact that they were absolutely gutted.
Was that the iconic game where the Leeds fan channel went mad?
No, that was a 6-2 one. That's a 6-2. That was where. If you ever get a chance to watch that, I think Let's Be Avenue is the channel, but they did like a Leeds sort of watch along with all different channels on Zoom. So you had Let's Be Avenue, you had Marching On Together or whatever, who cares what they're called, who knows. And they were giving it the big one right before the game. First game at Old Trafford in 16 years in the Premier League. We're going to do today, I think we'll do them. This was it, can't wait for this. We want a good start, all this nonsense, right? Game kicks off. Within a minute, we've scored. Yeah. So he starts. My man, who's sat next to his missus, loses his head, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he starts losing his head. Right, starts effing. She's like, holding him. Like, I don't know where she thinks he's going, but she's like, stop it. And then he calms down a little bit, and then straight away we score again. His head's gone. Yeah, he's just swearing. She slams the laptop shut. You know what I mean? You can imagine him smashing up the gaff after that. Absolutely brilliant. I must have retweeted that about 1,000
quite a lot on your time.
I was upset. Do you know what? I'd wake up like 3 weeks later in the morning just to retweet it.
Show yourself up in it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Have a bit of that, son.
So funny.
Yeah. It was brilliant. It was because they were all laying into us as well and how much they hate us. So it was great to see. But no, the 5-1 against Leeds, great start to the season. Obviously, this is only pre-season. We'll get into the teams. You can see the United team there. Joe, start with you.
Do you know what?
Strong team. What do you think of that?
It's a relatively strong team, and it's nice. It's probably Ten Hag saying all these pre-season games.
Not to nitpick, but is that? I mean, I know you're relatively strong. Is that not our strongest team? Maybe Wan-Bissaka for the low.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I'd love to see Garnacho starting. I want to make sure that he has a great season this year. To be fair, I need to double check.
I love the way you say that, like you can make that happen. I want to make sure I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure Alejandro Garnacho has a good season this season.
I'm struggling a little bit with the team. I'm not got my driving glasses on.
I've got my readers on. Right, let me talk you through it. Sorry, I stitched you up there. Nick, you're a young lad who's right near that screen.
Oh, yeah, 28. My eyes are good.
Go on, you can read that out for us.
So we've got Onana in net, Diego Dalot at right back, Varane and Martinez, of course, still can steal 2.0. You got Luke Shaw left back, Mason Mount, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and then Anthony, Rashford, and Garnacho.
That is the strongest team.
I think maybe one or two. Yeah.
I don't know.
There's some people will go Garnacho from the bench is better.
Yeah, impact.
And then so
I think it's almost, if not as strong.
Not far away.
So if Hojlund is part of the United squad for the first game of the season, and I know Ten Hag likes to embed players, so this probably won't be the case.
Yeah.
But if he was and he was fully fit and he was ready to go, would you see Rashford moving out wide and then Hojlund down the middle and then Garnacho on the bench?
Yeah, 100%. I think there's not a scenario where Marcus Rashford doesn't start for Manchester United.
Yeah, not
unless
chance.
It's like a dead rubber or whatever where you just rested him. He's going to start for United. Now, Hojlund, if you're going to spend what would be rumoured to be around 73 million quid for him, he's going to start as well. Yep. He might not start every game because he's still young.
Hojlund's been announced.
Oh, he's been announced. There you go.
Before the game.
Hojlund.
Breaking
news. Hojlund has been announced. So that is big news there.
Yeah.
We've just had that confirmed from our social media guru that Rasmus Hojlund has been announced. Where's that? Has he been announced on? Is that on the?
It's like the promotional video.
Yeah.
Man United there. They've done the old the actual. Let me just have a look at their Twitter.
There's going to be gossip round the ground.
Yeah, they've announced him. So I'm just watching. I know this doesn't make great telly for you guys watching. I'm just watching the video. It's him putting his shirt on, bit of a red back. It looks like it's in Victoria Warehouse. I think he's got his top off there. It's a good looking lad. Yeah, they've sort of gone with a bit of a simple one. You can't really see it's him clearly. It's a little bit like they did with Mason Mount with his first one. So it's red light. Him putting his top on in a sort of warehouse setting.
It's always can slowly sleep into like a Kane from WWE type promo or something.
That's what I was half expecting.
Evil guys coming.
So yeah, I mean,
brilliant.
Hojlund is a done deal. Then there we go. We knew that, didn't we?
Yeah.
But Just give us your thoughts on that, Joe. Start with you. Your thoughts. Rasmus Hojlund is a Manchester United player.
We needed a striker. We needed a striker, and if Hojlund is the man Ten Hag wants, you got to trust in the signings that he's done, and he goes and gets the players that he wants. And if Hojlund can work under the Ten Hag system, there's going to be these unfair comparisons to other strikers in the Premier League. Let him settle in this year, let him do his thing, and then hopefully we get the best out of him. With him and Rashford, if they can find nice chemistry together, and Anthony on the right, or maybe Garnacho sort of seeps in a little bit and mingles in with the team. I think this might be one of our last signings of the summer, and he's done his business nice and early. And Ten Hag starts the year with a team I think he's happy with.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of qualities to offer, and the price tag is massive. There's a lot of people kind of moaning about it, but if Erik Ten Hag wants him, that's why I'm not as fussed about it, because you can see a young, raw talent and the potential that he has, like sky high. People talk about the figures and the numbers and stuff, but I've watched him a good few times because I did like an analytical view with him, and he's fantastic. Everything I've seen from it, he can drop deep, he can get in behind on the transition. It looks great, so I'm excited to see him and how he kind of works with all the other players around him. Your Brunos, I think that relationship in particular will be important to them too.
Definitely.
We were talking to Andy Mitten on the tour from United We Stand editor, and obviously from The Athletic and the Talking Devils podcast. Knows his stuff, Andy, and he was saying about the importance of being patient with him.
Absolutely.
He said, you know what? He said United fans need to just be patient with his kid, because he's going to come into no disrespect to Atalanta, it's night and day going from a club like Atalanta, who are probably the 15th biggest club in Italy, to one of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest club in the world, with a massive price tag, massive expectation, because it's just the nature of the beast. You come to United on big money and you're a striker, people expect you to score goals, and it might take him a while to settle.
Yeah.
Not everyone does an Erling Haaland or even we've had it in the past with players who. One of my all-time favourite players for United is Andy Cole, and he scored goals when he first arrived, but it took him a while to settle in, and he was a proven Premier League goal scorer. He was already someone who banged in 40 odd goals in a season. So you have to be patient with players, and I think that with a young kid coming into a new country, coming into a new team, coming into a much bigger club, having that expectation and that weight of, look, we need to catch Manchester City and we need you to score the goals to help us do it. It's a lot. And he might have this season where it takes him a little while to get going, and he ends up scoring, let's say, 15 goals in all comps, and I forgot what we're doing here. But he's a youngster, he's going to get better. Yeah. So I just feel we need to show a little bit of patience. Listen, I hope I'm wrong. I hope he comes in and scores 50 goals this season, but I just think we need to sort of be wary of that. Just a couple of comments before I get your thoughts on this. Tina Telefson Totoka says, how many league goals do Hojlund, and in all comps, does he have a good season? Sorry, I think there's some letters missing here. And any news about Maguire? So how many league goals? Let's say how many league goals you think he'll get. I'm trying to decipher that message. I think it's missing some.
It's like countdown, isn't it? Different letters all over the place.
Yeah, it's a bit of a jumble.
Do you know what? You do mention patience. How are you thinking? You want it to be in the high teens, don't you?
Yeah.
You want it to be sort of 18, 19.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
I'm scared, right, that I'm going to say something
No, don't say something wild. You just said 15 then.
I know, I'm trying to
tempt
myself.
Plus,
I'm trying to tempt myself, but I'm tempted.
What are you going to say? How many goals, I'll ask you, does Hojlund score?
In all comps?
All comps.
All comps.
In all comps this season, I think he hits 30.
Wow. Talk about pressure. No pressure on the kid.
Patience. Better have 5-minute monologue about giving him time to settle in.
Listen, I'm not saying
straight away.
I'm not saying he will. I'm saying I think he will.
You're right.
There's a difference between what'll happen and what I think. There's a massive world of difference. My point is, if he doesn't, we have to be patient, and I will be patient with the kid. I will. I've not got an issue with that. I'll be very patient with him. I just think Nick's convinced me with the argument about Bruno.
Oh, well done, Nick. It's all your fault.
Bruno sets him up. And no, seriously, I think if we're being honest, if he scores 20 in all comps, I think that's all right.
But if you look at our creativity last year, it was right up there with some of the best teams. Just had no one to finish it. We had Vegas. So if you're supplying the lad with that amount of chances, with the potential that he has, double figures should be easy.
There's a great point here as well from Vito, who's been a member of the Academy for 31 months, and also Kjell Matcher is a member of the Academy as well. Says, imagine signing for your favourite club. As a 20-year-old man must think he's dreaming. Yeah. We've got players who want to play for United, haven't we? Yeah. Mason Mount
Mason Mount wants to do
forced
it.
Through a move.
You can see Unana fancies it, and obviously Hojlund now. I think the patience is either going to hit the ground running straight away, or United fans are going to have to really patient this year, because we're doing some big changes to the team. You know, David De Gea has been one of the biggest players in the United squad for many years, going back to Fergie's time. He's now gone. We're changing the way we play out from the back completely, and now we've got a brand new striker up top, and we've not had a young new striker for a while. Martial was that the last one when we bought in Martial, because then we've had the likes of Cavani, Ibrahimovic. We've bought in old players that
Lukaku as well was another one who was a bit of a young one, but he was the only one. You know, you're right, because like you say, Igalo, Cavani, Ronaldo.
Something we don't often do. Ronaldo,
Falcao.
So now we've got.
If that was our MO, we'll get in players who are past the best, but who've still got something to offer. And the trouble is, you only get with all of those players, Ronaldo, Cavani, Igalo, even Zlatan, you had one season out of it.
No longevity, is there?
The second season, almost across the board, was a disaster.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Even Cavani, who did well in his first season, second season, didn't want to be here. Zlatan was injured, to be fair.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's second season was that great. He more or less got sacked halfway through it.
Crazy, isn't it?
Well, not even halfway. A quarter of the way through it, whatever it was, after that interview. So it was. You know, it's something that's not really worked as a policy going for these older players.
Ten Hag has seen some headlines, hasn't he? He's seen the Ronaldo stuff. He's dealt with some stuff with Greenwood. He's dealt with getting a new captain. He's getting rid of David De Gea. He's doing something like what I've liked by him is he's making changes the way that a proper manager who sees himself at a club for 5-10 years is doing it. He's not about a short-term impact. He's about the longevity of the club. Because of course he probably could have got a striker who is worthy of 20 goals a season, but he's 32, 33, costs probably the same amount, but he's not done that. He wants to get in players who are young, so then in 4 years, 5 years down the line, he's got a fully fledged team, like Fergie did, of players that he loves and trusts.
Are you confident going into the season with him kind of dovetailing with Marcus for the rest of the season? Would you be confident enough? Is that enough kind of depth in that area, or would you still bring in like an experienced player? Maybe I don't know.
Who's going to be in our attacking line? Who are we selling first of all? Are we selling anyone?
It
looks like they're all staying.
Well, I think we will. I think
there'll be a couple more.
Let's not forget as well. I know the season starts in a couple of weeks, but the window's still got another thing. Is it 3.5 weeks or whatever?
Yeah, all right.
And you know, I think we might even have a deadline day fire sale. Like it happens though, doesn't it? On deadline day, clubs go, we need a defender, we need a midfielder. This is our last chance to get one. We've got 12 hours to sign someone. Oh, United have got, I don't know, Fred or McTominay or whatever, or Maguire.
Injuries happen as well, innit?
Do you know what I mean? Because one thing we have got, you might not rate some of these players as whether they're good enough for United, but a lot of them are good enough for the Premier League. There's 100%. No doubt in my mind that Adam Maguire is good enough for the Premier League. I know everyone hates him, but
yes,
he's an England international. He's finished 3rd, 2nd, 6th, and 3rd in his seasons at United. I know last season didn't really play a lot. And also, it wasn't that long ago. He was an 80 million quid defender. I know he overpaid. Who did very well at Leicester. Lots of clubs. I think anyone from sort of 6th downwards would have him. I think there's only United, City, Liverpool. I know they didn't finish. Where did they finish? They finished 6th, didn't they?
Yeah.
And maybe Newcastle, who wouldn't. And probably Arsenal. But everyone other than that, they'd have him.
I just think it's a system with Maguire, because we play that high line. It lacks mobility, lacks agility, pace, and that's not something you can really improve on when you're the age of 30. But if you play at West Ham, you go there, they sit a bit deeper, they're all about the aerial ability. I think it's perfect.
I think even, and I agree with you, I think he would. I think even someone like Spurs would have him.
Yeah. It's better than any of the most of the centre backs.
I did a podcast, a preview with some lads from the Spurs podcast, and we were doing that thing, like I hate it, but we did it. Combined 11s. And bro,
not a Tottenham player got any, apart from
I was helping him out at one point. I was like, go on, I'll let you. Do you want to stick someone in? Because I think
really?
we got to like.
Combined 11 United and Tottenham?
Yeah, I think we got to like. It wasn't until we got to Heung-min Son that there was an argument, and even then it was well, Marcus is better.
Yeah.
Like they were, I was saying, well, is it Martinez or Ben Davis? Do you know what I mean? Is it De Gea or Hugo Lloris?
Yeah. Eric Dyer or...
Do you know what I mean? Is it... I don't know. Is it Aaron Wan-Bissaka or Emerson Royal?
We might get something here, by the way.
I think this is... It's sort of gunning up here on our perfectly legal stream that we're watching this on, that it looks like something could be announced.
You see the video of him when he was telling everyone how to pronounce his name?
Hojlund?
Yeah, Hojlund.
Hojlund.
I think it is, yeah.
Hojlund. Do you remember Felix last season? Where he said my name's Felix.
Did he?
And I thought,
you've
been around for about 5 years. How are we finding that out?
Here we go.
Yes, the boy.
The boy's here.
Rasmus, look at him. He's absolutely buzzing.
Loving that. Absolutely loving it.
You would be though, wouldn't you?
Hey. Fred the Red getting in on the act. This is how we roll in Manchester, Rasmus. No, I didn't see him.
Can't get through passport control, can
got goosebumps for him, just watching him walk out.
Yeah.
Buzzing for him. Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, he's loving that, innit?
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, but you can tell from that walk he's going to bang in 30 goals this season.
Yeah.
Like, you can just see, like, you can tell the way he's clapping there. Yeah. That's a player that's destined to bang them in every week.
Wonder what his instructions are. Get to the middle.
Yeah. Lose it, just go for it. Yeah, well, however you feel, mate. If you want to start dancing,
do you remember they used to make people that do kick-ups and that?
Yeah.
Kick-ups.
Remember Barcelona thing?
Remember Gareth Bale at Real Madrid when he started messing them up and he just spent 80 million quid on him?
Yeah. Who was the other Barcelona player? Was it Dembele?
Jesus. It's not the one kick-up. I think it was.
How they pulled that off?
Hojlund.
Some fans have got a banner in on
it's about A4 size. That's how they put it on.
Here it is.
There you go. There's old George giving a bit of instructions there. Been told. Hojlund. Yeah. He's studying.
No number on it yet.
That'd be one of the greatest. Maybe Fred's if he goes. I think.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Fred's 17, I think he is.
There he is.
Marshall.
Isn't it weird that United basically?
I had to double check that in my
head. Basically,
get rid of Marshall's number.
What do you mean get rid of it? You can't just take it off.
Sorry, Tony. You're on the recovery bench, mate.
Like we did with Cavani when Ronnie arrived.
I think he'll get something like a 17. Quick selfie there.
Quick selfie there.
Buzzing for him. Can't wait to see him, man.
Cracky, they get younger, don't they?
He looks about 12, doesn't he?
He's just
mad, like when you think about it.
Off a school trip.
In perspective, 70-odd million euros.
Yes.
I've got hope for him.
Great to see this. I appreciate you probably sat and watching thinking, this is a great talent.
Just in awe.
Rasmus Hojlund being announced on the pitch, taking the applause of the crowd, giving the applause back, doing a little selfie there in the middle of the pitch as well, waving to everyone. Obviously, done, confirmed. He is now a Manchester United player.
Yeah. We
all knew that when Romano tweeted it. We go, didn't we? Let's be honest with you. But decent bit of business from United so far this window.
Yeah.
A goalkeeper, which I thought was a priority, being honest with you.
Absolutely.
A striker, which was the other priority we had.
Look at him.
Mason Mount, who the manager obviously wanted, and we got him. We got that deal over the line. Nick, I'll ask you first.
Yeah.
How happy are you with our business?
I
smacked myself in the chin there.
Seems much different to the past couple of years, doesn't it? We kind of staggered on a lot of deals. You had the De Jong saga last season. But the players that we brought in, I think, fit the system perfectly. Mason Mount is going to be a very important player. People might not have seen that in pre-season yet, but I think it's going to be really important. Rasmus, again, desperate for number 9, had Vegas for half a season. Ronaldo basically pissed off, and then Martial wasn't available. And I still think we're going to do more business. I still think we're going to bring in someone like a Sofian Amrabat and maybe a little cherry on top towards the end of the window as well.
Amrabat, yeah, that's a good shout. I agree with that. Mbappe, yeah.
No, I said Mbappe.
No, I said Mbappe. I said a little cherry on top. Mbappe, yeah. I thought you were messing about, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we'll just get Mbappe in last minute.
If he's available, then go for it, why not?
The Scousers think they were going to get him up.
Yeah, fuck him.
They also fought a lot.
Yeah, they probably going to get Bellingham as well. They fucking themselves, little knobs. I tell you,
some violence.
That was so funny though. That when they were all tweeting pictures of Bellingham with a Liverpool kit.
Oh, it's like
it was ages when it was it? Did it Jan Agafjordov started trolling him going like, oh yeah, I've heard it's a done deal. Bellingham to Liverpool within an hour, because obviously every journalist has gone like, is this really happening? We better check our sources. It was like, he's definitely not going to Liverpool. They haven't got the money for him.
But he liked the story, didn't he, on Instagram? So I'm sure that must mean he was going.
So,
I don't think he
do you remember when also as well you translate his Mbappe's captions, and sometimes it's a Man U or something like that.
Really?
Do you remember saying that? Oh, maybe if get into the comments, I just made that up. What's different then? The elephant in the room is that we can slag off a lot about the past and the owners being absolute arseholes and how they've sort of can disrupt our season, etc., etc. But not something has changed, but something has happened this window where we've done business, we've done it early, and we've done it what I think is the Ten Hag way. Is it Ten Hag?
Yeah,
definitely.
Is it the fact that there's certain characters in the boardroom that have gone? You know, the Woodwards of the world that have just fucked off, thank God. Is it a relationship between Ten Hag and Richard Arnold? Is it what is the elephant? What's the difference?
I think maybe a little bit of all of the above. Getting rid of Woodward was massive for me. I hate that man. Seriously. Like, he's the reason we got the Glazers. That's why we ended up with the Glazers, because of him. And also, in return for that, they made him executive vice chairman. A role as well, and a title that no one else in football has. No. Executive vice chairman. That's the ego of the man, like, I'm going to give myself this special moniker. So, he oversaw massive amounts of misspending because he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
He didn't have a clue. He didn't have a plan. He didn't have a strategy. He's one of the reasons that we allowed the likes of City and Liverpool to steal a match on us. So I couldn't wait to see the back of him. I also think as well, we just have to be careful because, and again, I don't want to keep going on about it, but Mitten made a good point when I spoke to him today. He said, don't forget, we have been here before with Jose.
Yep.
After Jose's first season where we won the Europa League and the League Cup, people were going, well, this is it now.
Yep.
We're back. And then we bought, I think it was Lukaku, and we bought Nemanja Matic, and we bought Victor Lindelof in that summer. And people going, great summer. We've just won 2 trophies. Yeah. We've got a manager who's a born winner. This is it. Now, I honestly do feel different.
Second that year as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was
Jose's greatest.
It came second as well, and then people, that's something to build on. And within 4 months he'd been sacked, or 6 months, he'd been sacked.
Yeah, because then he bought him. Who did we?
It was Ballon.
It was one of Webby's. I fucking gotta love him.
Fred.
We needed to beat City in a race.
We finished 19 points.
Fred and Delo.
Yeah, Fred, Delo and Grant on it, I think.
Yeah, Fred, Delo and Lee Grant.
Oh, Lee Grant. That was
choice goalkeeper.
Star
sent everyone over the edge, didn't it? That's how you catch Manchester City, bringing a third choice goalkeeper. So we have been here a little bit before. Now, I do feel different with Ten Hag because I think the difference between him and Jose and Van Gaal and Moyes and all these other managers we've had post-Fergie, Ten Hag is was on the rise. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? His star was rising. Yeah. Jose had been sacked from Chelsea. Van Gaal had been, his best seasons had been 20 years ago. Yeah. Moyes had won nothing anyway. Ole had been sacked from Cardiff and relegated him in his last Premier League job. Ten Hag, that's mad, isn't it? I know he'd done other things, but it is crazy that's how we went. Like, and I love Ole. But when you say it out loud, it just sounds completely insane.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? But with Ten Hag,
Joe's got tickled in that.
Hey, get the kid in who got sacked from Cardiff, got relegated. Get him in. He'll sort this mess out. Hey. To be fair, he did alright in 2 seasons. Right? Do you know what I mean? He's third and second in a Europa League final. He just couldn't win a trophy, and the wheels came off drastically in his 3rd season. So we've just got to be careful because we have been here a little bit before.
With Ten Hag, he took Ajax to a semi-final. Like, them kind of things only happen like every 20 years. I think Onana said
that semi-final against Spurs still me. I am certain they'd have won the Champions League, Ajax.
Listen, they would have beaten Liverpool.
If they'd have got over
Spurs can get to a final.
That final is the worst final.
Spurs were just happy to make up the numbers. Harry Kane weren't fit.
Yeah.
You had Harry Winks in your midfield.
Jesus.
Like, have a grip. Get a grip.
What's Harry Winks up to these days?
Works at Costco.
Yeah.
What? Nah, he was linked with I think I'm not hating on the kid, but I just think he wasn't. He was an example of the levels that Spurs were at.
Yeah,
that a player that was
mid-level English kind of talent,
like barely Premier League level. I think he's got to the Championship. There's talking he got a Reading or somewhere.
We got linked with him at one point, didn't we?
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
that was a horrible fortnight.
Yeah,
that Liverpool Spurs final was just
shocking, absolutely shocking.
Oh my God, it was awful. But do you remember when they won that? And then you've got they won the semi-final against Ajax. Pochettino was crying. They're interviewing Spurs fans who are going, "Don't matter what happens now, we've made it." Like, just getting to the final, and I'm thinking, oh, bro.
Tottenham will always be Tottenham.
The game's kicked off, by the way. Have we got the Lons team, if anyone cares? Have we got... Can we have a
keeper's interesting, Sambo. You seen when he got sent off? I think he was slapping Jagielka on the back of the head.
Really?
Yeah, for Forest, when he played with Forest, got sent off.
Oh, right.
Proper, tangled him on the back.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can see that.
He's a character.
This is the Lons team. Samba, Mercado, Danzo, Samed, Satoka, Medina, Diouf, Fulgini, Gradit, Thomason, Frankowski. And then on the bench you've got Leka, Panda, Hadara, Kuzanov, Cardinal, Spearings, De Costa, Elanounou, Cortez, Gilaragu, and Sashuba.
I missed that last one.
L.I. Neu. And Guliavo Guli.
Which one are we looking at?
I'm going to be anxiety-driven most of the season by Onana, just because I'm so not used to it.
He's top level.
I know he's great. I know he's great, but it's still just like, getting myself used to it.
I love him, mate.
What do I need to get number 1? I'm obsessed with numbers, mate.
Some of them are superstitious, aren't they, with numbers?
I like it 1 to 11.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's your favourite number? Oh, that was a great move. You gave it away. That was like minus.
Yeah. Onana collects. Yeah, he's gonna have a great season. I think.
What's going on all over the
place? We're all over the gaff.
Can't have Lens showing us what to do.
Lions are a good team, you know. They only finished a point behind PSG.
Really?
Last year, yeah.
We might get
decent
team.
But they've lost a lot of the big players, like the top goal scorers on like 21 goals. They lost him to Leipzig, I think.
We need to get Hojlund on.
They lost Fofana as well.
Get
Another massive player for him. Hojlund?
Yeah, get Rasmus on.
Yeah.
He'll sort this mess out.
Don't take your boots off, mate. Your eye tops.
So they've had a good season, but they've lost the star man.
Starman
lost a couple, lost a few big players, I think. Yeah, Fofana in the midfield was a massive player for them. They've gone. But they're still a decent team. Jesus.
That was one of the
welcome to Manchester,
tackles.
Casemiro.
That was such a clean
Look
tackle.
At that. In behind for Garnacho. Beautiful.
Look, that's a great ball.
I
Was
need
that
to see
Bruno?
that tackle again.
Garnacho.
It's one of the best tackles I've ever seen.
Come on, have a pop.
Go on, have a shot. Oh.
Unlucky.
I need to see that tackle again.
I think we're going to be dangerous in Europe this season
such a crazy
as well.
Clean tackle.
On that counter-attack, transitional.
So nice. It's like a...
Joe's loving that tackle. I think we might... Oh, no, we've not. Oh. They've not. That's a great ball from Bruno.
Yeah, brilliant.
Put it on an absolute sixpence for Garnacho here. Does what he does best. Cuts inside. Goes for the shot, though. Not happening.
Energetic start.
It is, yeah. It's all happening, isn't it? You wouldn't think this is a friendly.
Flick.
Hey?
Some of them have been dire, let's be honest. Some of the friendlies.
Yeah, the wheels came off a bit after the Arsenal game, didn't they? Yeah. The Wrexham game, that was just the resis.
Yeah.
But then...
Madrid wasn't great, was it?
Madrid wasn't great, and then the Dortmund game was just full of errors.
I think the Mainu injury, like, kind of... The start of that, it kind of deflated.
The Real Madrid game, that was shocking. Hit that like button, please. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We've got 200 likes so far. A few people in the comments. Exit Light says Onana's first save at OT. I mean, it was more of a glorified pass back, but we get it. Someone pointing out that Hojlund is meant to be out for a couple of games. I don't think he's fully fit yet.
Gutted.
So he won't be available for Dublin tomorrow?
I don't think so. I think
he's been training with Atlanta.
Bit of iron inside him. Holy hell, it's like WWE this game.
Thank you, referee. Get a grip.
He's not giving anything.
He's got a bit of a beard there, Bruno, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you remember that picture of him shopping at Tesco Extra one time when he first moved here? Bruno.
With that big trolley and everything.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Why was there like that in the papers? Do you remember?
Just because footballers doing normal stuff just stuns people, doesn't it?
Oh my God.
Right, he's gone shopping.
I saw De Bruyne in his Chiquitos once.
Yeah. Wow.
Still can't believe it.
They eat food. Amazing.
And I'm sure they did the one in Didsbury.
Really?
Yeah.
That's mad.
Chiquitos.
That's mad that
he was so much money and he goes Chiquitos.
Why?
I don't like Chiquitos.
Really?
Yeah, enchiladas.
Well, you're the food connoisseur on this table. Yeah. Why? What's wrong with Chiquitos?
It's alright. It's a bit expensive though, isn't it?
It's nice though.
I'll tell you what's wrong with Chiquitos. Joe's got a brand deal with Arrival.
Yeah,
that's what's wrong with it.
Loads of peppers. Is there any need?
Tell you where you want to go. You want to go here.
You want to go here. And with this discount code.
Rashford.
Oh!
No, that's miles away.
What's he saying? Go on.
He's saying someone got a touch on that.
How many attempts?
I think.
Jay.
About 1 out of 100 in it for one hit.
He's saying it at the defender. I don't know if it did or not. I love the fact that you see Rashford last season when he kept saying, like, when there was that handball against Palace, whatever, and he was saying to the ref, you could see him clearly saying, "Ref, I promise you it's handball."
Yeah, I promise you.
Trust me.
Said like that, I promise you.
Bro, swear down. Go on, get in there.
Smash him.
Oh,
Go on, let him know.
Yeah, he's dealt with that.
I love Miners.
Nice.
I absolutely love Miners. Oh, great.
Anthony needs a couple of really good games this year.
I thought Sancho might start over me, personally. Because I thought Sancho he's looked quite good pre-season. I know he's been playing in the false nine.
What are you laughing at? Why are you
laughing at
that? I know. I'm finding stuff funny today. You went, who? What?
I think he's looked alright pre-season.
Sancho. Yeah. I think him and Anthony both need to step up this season.
Yeah, it's a big year for the minute.
Because Anthony, did okay last season. I do like the kid.
I like the kid.
He gets stuck in, and I think he's a decent player, but his end product is absolutely woeful, and he needs to sort that out.
Yeah, it was a nice video. His mum came to Old Trafford. Did you see that video?
Yeah,
that was nice. Mum came to Old Trafford for the first time.
Right.
And it was just like a nice video of her like being proud of her son. That was quite nice.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it was come from like the slums, hasn't it?
I don't think she saw somebody who didn't get stuck in the Mancunian way and all that. No. They cut all that bit out.
Good. Go on. Ah.
Ethan getting stuck in.
Just slightly.
Producer Ethan now. What was he saying now?
He's like, oh, no.
Oh, producer Ethan, who on paper is a Newcastle fan, but we think we've turned him. Hey,
we've got evidence to turn him.
Yeah, now he's fully United. Manchester United, the only United. This is what he's saying off camera there. Hey.
What are you making of the rest of the teams then in the Premier League this year? Do you think it's going to be a tasty top 4 race, isn't it?
Can I just say, Scarface says, has Joe been hitting the weights? Looking trim, fella.
No, not been hitting the weights. Is he taking the piss?
No.
What are you laughing at? You, Ethan? Why is Ethan laughing?
Can we not laugh at the talent,
I think
please?
it's because I'm wearing black.
I think that's it. Why are we so negative all the time? That's a nice compliment.
I've been hitting the weights. And Ethan's, your producer starts laughing at me. Forget that you even know him.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Imagine that.
When someone compliments the talent on their weight loss, can you not laugh hysterically at that?
Ridiculing me.
Yeah. Can you not question whether the person commenting is on drugs?
I've been like, hitting the weights. Steroids.
God, why has this compliment been turned into something horrible? Hitting the weights like you're looking. He's just basically saying you're looking good.
No.
Take it in.
Take it in.
Probably the opposite me. I've not lost my New York weight.
All right, okay.
That was a struggle.
You know when we filmed that thing for Sloppy Joe's? The bagel.
The bagel bit, yeah.
Did you had a bagel already? That
yeah.
You're a machine.
I had second breakfast.
Wow.
Because you've got to film as much as I can.
I remember Joe telling me that, Joe Smith.
Energy.
And I thought, nah.
Right, so what happened was,
because that bagel was like a meal. Like, it was...
It
was a wedge
American fashion.
Because everything in it.
Because of like a bit of jet lag, I got up at like 6 a.m. So I floated about and I was doing some vlogging, and I thought I just couldn't get hold of you two. So I thought they're still asleep, so I had first breakfast. And then later on I was like, I'll have second breakfast now with everyone else.
Second breakfast? Joe's invented a meal between breakfast and brunch.
Now builders have it. Builders have second breakfast, don't they? Please, if you're a builder, let us know. Builders.
He's got into full radio mode. If you're a builder, let us know. 69.
Builders in the chat.
Builders have second breakfast. Right. I'm not even lying. They have a nice snack in the start of the day, because they often get up at like 6, don't they?
Right.
Then when they do like 45 minutes worth of work, then they have a second breakfast.
How big was
is that
bagel?
Brunch?
It's just a bagel.
Like, what was on it? What consisted
Bacon,
on the bagel?
Egg and cheese.
It was a big one.
Like, how big we're talking? Like big enough to buy it? Yeah.
It's delicious.
But it was like he did a thing.
He didn't have hash browns or anything, you know.
Nah, that was his second breakfast. Scarface has said not taking a mick, and I do think Scarface was being
genuine. Genuine Scarface.
Genuine there. Yeah.
Stephen.
So
just one of your employees, Jay, bullying me.
Hodgie says, Joe, the Builders have 11s.
Oh yeah, I think it is 11s, but they don't want to be calling it 11s because it sounds quite Downton Abbey, that. So I think they have second breakfast.
But Builders have breakfast, second breakfast, 11s, then they have brunch, then they have the dinner.
What the thing is,
then they have tea.
The thing is, I tell them, with Builders, break, they graft, don't they?
No, they do. They do. I know a few Builders, and they
got to get them carbs in, man.
We starving by 10.
It's not like us sat here waffling nonsense about football. They're actually
that's hard work.
Mate, if we have second breakfast, we'll fall over and throw up. Clayton M, who's been a member of the first team for 36 months, says, with transfer fees being paid over length of contracts and everyone signed 5-year deals, have United only spent 60 to 70 million or the reported 120? That is a very good question. Get involved in the comments if you know the. I think Chelsea did that, didn't they, with the whole 8-year deals?
Stretched it. Yeah.
He's in here.
When you buy a new sofa, you can spread the cost.
Like Klarna,
that's it.
Like pay more over a certain
DFS or whatever.
Doing Klarna on players over like 10 years.
Yeah. We Klarna'd Bruno. Yeah. We're still paying for Bruno.
What was the other one that used to be in Stretford? What was that one called? Oh, what's it called?
DFS?
No, the one where it's like that, but you pay a bit. I can't remember what it's called.
Bright House.
It might be Bright House. I can't remember.
Like trivia for fucking...
Yeah, I think it is Bright House.
I think my grandson, when she first got a telly, she has to put play on coins in it.
Yeah, it was 50p's. We round out.
Wow.
So you're obviously...
No, maybe
did you ever break into it?
You was putting pound coins?
Yeah. So you turn it on, you've got like a machine.
And then you could break into
it. Yeah, into
your own used to come round and empty it.
Yeah, and then
empty and go, why's only 150p in it?
Yeah, there's nothing on telly.
Nothing
good on anymore, is there?
We like to read books. No, I didn't have one of them tellies, but my mate did.
£1 in the TV. That's mad.
Yeah, whenever we were short of money, he'd go and raid his TV.
Because you got the TV for cheap, didn't you? Essentially, you got the TV. If you couldn't afford the lump sum for a big TV straight away, you bought like a cheaper one. But you have to pay per time. So I think it would cost you a long.
What? And if someone would come round and collect?
Someone come round, empty in your own home. Someone would come round and collect your pound.
How old are you?
No, this is me, my gran.
Oh right, okay.
This is
say what?
No, this isn't me.
I was to say you just put your quiz.
Are in here. No, he's had a stinking out of his shot. Let us know in the chat and the comments if you know about second breakfast. Lots of people already have actually.
Have they? Go on, read some out.
Yeah, I'll read some. Right. Chris C says second breakfast called Desfest because it's breakfast dessert. I don't know. Joe Watson says hobbits have second breakfast. Also. Carnival says the second breakfast is called a brunch. That's what I said.
No, there's got to be some.
Adam Kenny says I'm a builder or a liar, and I can vouch that we have second breakfast.
Yeah, thank you. Bloody hell, the cutter's about here. So yeah, cheers. Who's that guy? Kenny.
Adam Kenny.
Kenny. Kenny.
Yeah.
I need some piping point.
You need some what?
What? I don't know.
Piping point.
You need some what?
I want discount on piping.
Piping?
Yeah.
Why? What do you mean? What?
That's most random.
Shush me when you've just said that. Don't say it and shush me. Hey, sunshine.
I'm intrigued
just because you're looking trim. What was this piping thing that you need doing?
There's a couple of things that need doing around the house that I
what,
said I
piping?
would do.
What does that mean?
Piping. One of the pipes has come loose.
Right, is that not a plumber's job?
On where?
But I thought anyone could just crack on with the pipe.
Okay.
On where?
Yeah, where's?
You do it?
No, I'm just curious.
Near the washing machine. And it stinks.
Yeah, that's not great.
Awful.
Right. Are you quite a handyman? Do you do stuff around the house? That's a great ball from Bruno Fernandes.
We've got to score. Oh, he's got it in!
Oh no! Oh my God!
Was that Mount?
Mason Mount! Oh, that is awful!
Oh, he's a sitter.
Oh my God! What have I just witnessed?
The vultures will be all over Mount for that.
That is a meme.
Chelsea fans.
That is a meme.
I can't believe you paid 55
Leave him alone.
That is a meme. He's laughing, and I think that's all he can do.
It did bobble. I'm making excuses for him here, but it did slightly bobble. Yeah, shut up.
Wow, my WhatsApp chat's already
promise
going.
you it bobbled.
Right. Nick's giving him obliged and saying it bobbled. Right, if you're not watching, you don't know. Great ball by Bruno Fernandes to Garnacho, who squares it.
Because Garnacho can't shoot, can
he takes it towards the keeper, squares it there, so there's no keeper involved. For Mason Mount, who's 5 yards out, with the goal at his mercy,
right, we're gonna
and he just more or less falls over.
That was a fantastic ball,
He's onside as well.
Great ball.
Fucking
Bruno with
the transitions.
Cross.
Like, watch.
Oh, Mason Mount, you know what he does? He kicks it onto his own
foot.
Look, he kicked. Oh my God, it's awful. On the second viewing, it's even worse.
He blocked himself.
It's like he blocks his own shot. That's a meme. That if you've not seen it, go on Twitter and it'll be doing the rounds. That one.
Yeah, search for some sort of Chelsea blog and they'd be creaming the pants.
That's a fantastic foul by Diogo Dalot.
55 million for him.
That kit actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit old school.
Mason Mount.
God.
Mason Mount.
Yeah, I take my comments back.
Has anyone done the racket today? Because I'm not advocating gambling, by the way. Make your own decisions.
What, on like one of these? What?
Because the football's back on in the championship and all that.
Stockport I lived in Stockport's ground. They got Gillingham at home. Salford away.
Tasty tie.
Ooh,
Lon's in here now. No.
Wrexham are playing today. MK Dons there back in the.
Wrexham have got a big following in San Diego.
Have they?
Yeah, we went to that game at Snapdragon. Trust me, it was like a Wrexham home game. It was mental.
Was it?
Yeah, it was funny as well.
I didn't know he was like half joking.
They were booing Nathan Bishop because he injured Paul Mullin. And then when we swapped ends, they were booing their own keeper because they didn't understand
that we swapped.
Yeah. And then also they were all cheering for Wrexham, but if you started cheering for United, they joined in with you as well because obviously didn't really get it. But Wrexham have pulled out all the stops to
United fans get it over there.
Oh yeah.
The United fans we met, man, they knew it all.
Yeah.
I didn't like the mixing and stuff in the crowd. I'm very tribal about football, me. So
when
seeing
was it,
Arsenal and United fans in the crowd.
When was it United?
Not sure about
Wrexham game. There was something like people in City kit and Liverpool tops and stuff. Not many, but they were there. No. Imagine rocking up.
The guy who had Coutinho on the back of United top or something like that.
Jesus.
You pulled him up on it.
On the back
in New York, no, New Jersey before the game. Someone walked past with with a play. I'm sure it was Coutinho, and he was on the back of a kit. Was he on the back of a Chelsea kit? And you called him out. Called him stupid.
It sounds horrible. Yeah. You called him stupid for drinking his face and made him cry. Kicked his kids.
Coutinho, stupid.
Whatever happened?
Oh.
Thank God that didn't go in. I was the same.
And the
signing's just having a stinker.
I know.
Onana with an easy save from some kid there who's had a shot from about 18 yards. Wasn't that much power in it.
I don't have that much.
It's a nice little dig.
Nice little effort there, but it's got to be a horrendous error by the goalkeeper for that to go in. Tom, do us a favour, bro. You bring us that energy drink out of the fridge, please.
Oh, can I get a Coca-Cola?
Sorry.
For anyone,
yeah, they're a team now. We've got some drinks there.
Coca-Colas.
Garnacho. I don't think Garnacho's going to pass to Mason Mount again. After you just put it on a plate for him like that and he messes it up.
Garnacho just can't shoot from there either when he was in there. He could have really had a dig.
Hey up, Lons are in here.
Oh, Lons are in.
2-on-2.
Dallo, get back.
I'm a bit spooked by our way of playing, you know. Oh!
Thank you.
Yeah, that'll knock you spark.
Mate, they were giving out the Mount.
Size of that?
They were giving them out, were they?
Giving out Piccadilly Gardens. Not that man. Not that man.
Be careful with... Not in Piccadilly Gardens, mate.
It's going to be full.
Yeah. Giving them out with a load of drugs in Piccadilly Gardens. A load of spice.
Free spice for your
that, a lot of the states, just the weed shops everywhere, wasn't it? Mm. Everyone was just, you know, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Oof.
A lad I know may have been visiting them quite a lot.
He may have ruined some people's nights. Not mine.
I think they've ruined their own nights. They have to take personal responsibility. Verum in Omnibus says, I'm with Jay. Hojlund bangs him in. This is what I mean. Don't understand why you lot are hating on him already.
30 plus.
You're not a United fan. Why are you hating on him?
Why you doubting him? 30 plus. And he's out for the first 2 games.
I want to understand why you're hating on him. Why you hate him. Both of you, why do you hate Rasmus Hojlund so much? Hey, what is it about him you don't like? Why have you decided he's a flop already?
I've not. I said 19, 20.
Is that in the league or all comps?
That's
all comps.
That's
all
in
comps.
the league by Christmas.
The league? That's unbelievable. What a statement. He'll do well.
People next season will be going, Haaland do.
Jesus. Pressure on the kid.
Who's going to win the Premier League?
United.
Oh, for God.
Wow. So United going to win the league, Rasmus with 30
Do you know
plus.
if we bought Harry Kane this summer,
I don't know. Be honest with you, I don't think we would.
I would have attempted. No. I would have gone with you for a little bit.
If we bought Harry Kane and didn't get any injuries whatsoever, then maybe.
I see him still.
Sorry, yeah. Do you mean Harry Kane gets injured?
Right, Bruno Fernandes, by the way, is having the game of his life. And deserves a goal at the end of it.
Do something with this guy. Don't fall over your fucking Mount.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Well, it was better than the fucking
Right, he got blocked, thank God.
Jesus.
So he's earned his corner.
I like Mount.
Made contact with
a good player.
I do.
I think he'll be good box office, one way or the other.
Seems to be very divisive when he came in. But I think he's going to be decent.
I think Bruno Fernandes has been outstanding this game.
So, if United win the league, who's coming second?
Newcastle.
Fuck that. I've got a bet with.
Now listen,
Tottenham third.
I think he's gone, me.
Eddie Howe.
I think he's going to see his arse.
Really?
I think he's going to. I think this documentary is going to highlight some of his flaws.
Did you see the clip?
We're going to pick apart. Yeah, when he just talked about United.
Yeah.
He
said we're not excited
with him. He does mind him.
And then I'm going to spend Ethan's 50 quid on.
Ethan needs to stop making bets.
Oh,
Ethan he bet Joe Smith. In fact, he bet me as well. I think, but only for a Mackies. He bet Joe Smith that is it Kai Havertz will score 16 league goals. Yeah. That's outrageous. Even Kai Havertz don't think that.
You just said he's going to score 30 and all comp.
I tell you what. I think Rasmus Hojlund's got more chance of scoring 30.
You bet Jay?
I'm not betting.
Who's going to score more, Rasmus or
Havertz? All right, I'll bet you that. I'll bet you
Rasmus
Hojlund. In fact, I'll bet you Rasmus Hojlund scores double the amount of goals that Kai Havertz
really? Scores. Now that is a good bet.
Are you taking that one, Heath? Right, Ethan, what we're betting? We're not betting for money. We'll bet for, I'll tell you
like
what.
5 guys or something like that.
5 guys? Behave yourself. That's about 50
mortgage,
quid, that.
Right, without the chips.
5 guys is expensive.
No, we're not betting something that's going to make us fall out.
I think 5 guys.
What a wing platter from Nando's. Delicious.
Well, I'd say, no, we'll bet some.
These promotions again here.
I know,
getting out there.
The payroll.
Promo code Joe.
I don't think I'll get you anything, but try it.
Why not?
We'll bet each other. What the other one was for a Mackey's, wasn't it? So we'll do a KFC.
Foot massage or something.
I'm not giving him a foot
Depends what your feet are looking like.
You're that confident? You don't think you would?
Do you know what? I don't want to get all Pulp Fiction, but I'm not giving anyone to put a foot massage.
Yeah, but if you're confident in yourself, Jay, you don't have to give the foot massage. But you have to take it.
Yeah.
I am confident.
But I like foot massages as well. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Onana's just been beaten back from the halfway line.
No, that is a meme.
It's all going wrong. No. That was unreal.
I haven't saw the last bit of it.
Where was that? That looked like about the halfway line to me, but I might be wrong because I need to see a replay.
Mount and Onana are going to be trending after this.
But he was very far out. The kid who scored, I don't even know who it is. We'll find out in a minute.
Oh fucking hell!
He was number 7 for Lons, Satoka.
Oh,
he's in the circle of the.
It's a great finish.
Oh, dirty me.
Oh, he's gonna get.
It's a sloppy ball, that, by the way. Who was that?
Delote of Varane.
To be fair, I'm not making excuses, but where the keeper stood there isn't outrageous.
That is very high.
He's on the edge of his box. It is high, but it's not unbelievable. It's a bad ball.
I didn't see the pass that gets given. I didn't see the pass.
A little bit in pre-season.
The low there with a really bad mistake there. Just giving the ball away. And Onana, right, he's on the edge of his box where maybe he shouldn't have been, but he'll get the blame, Onana.
Yeah,
Delow's got to do better there. I like Diogo Dalot, but that was awful.
I missed it. I didn't see that, the low pass. Just saw the end of the goal. Oh, Jesus.
So far in these first 23 minutes against Lons, we've established that Onana's a disaster and Mount's a waste of money.
Yeah, and builders have second breakfast.
By the way, I'm joking about those first 2 comments before you'll start clipping me up. Is that going to get clipped up past Tom? Yes. I think you guarantee now, right, the gifts that will be doing the rounds are Mason Mount's miss and Onana getting beat from more or less the halfway line. Yeah. Hey. It's one of them. I think if Hojlund played now, he'd miss a penalty or something.
Of course,
just to add to that. You know what I mean? Just to add to the absolute farce. I love the fact that they're showing a shot of Aaron Wan-Bissaka now.
They know what they're doing.
After Delow's mistake. But we did say, didn't we? I said before the game, it's arguably our strongest team, other than maybe Wan-Bissaka.
I think Wan-Bissaka should start.
I think Wan-Bissaka has leapfrogged.
He was good in Vegas, though, Delow, to be fair.
I like Delow in a way that I just like a cousin I see now and again at a family do. I don't think he's my favourite cousin.
Sir.
You know.
What, say that again?
I like Delow like I like when I see like a family cousin at a party.
Right, okay.
He's not one of my best mates, but I'll chat with him.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Buy him a beer.
Well, there you go. Now he's lost the ball again. I mean, he's having one now, Delow.
I mean, come on,
he's absolutely having one. Thank God that lad's touch just let him down.
What was that lad's touch then?
Then Delow gives away a foul needlessly.
Yeah, not great.
Delow's dropping a bad 2 out of 10 at the minute.
Absolute stinker.
Come on, son.
Good job we didn't sign a contract with him until 27. Is it 27? Oh my God.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a spell, shall we say. Hit that like button, over 2,000 people watching. We've still not got to 1,000 likes. If you're not doing already, subscribe to... Excuse me, that was disgusting. To the channel.
Couldn't finish your Mackies before, could you? Your eyes are too big for your stomach.
Well, I bought Team Nuggets, so I thought everyone would have some, but there's only Nuggets. Ethan who helped me out.
Hey. Ethan, the greedy bastard, took them all off me.
It's because he don't want you eating on camera. He's thinking about the channel.
Yeah, that's true.
Marcus needs to get in a game as well. He's done now other than that free kick that went over.
I try not to look too much into pre-season because I remember that one under...
I agree. But you want to see a bit though, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you want to see something. I agree because I remember under Louis van Gaal, we won every game and I thought we were going to win the league.
And fucking Swansea.
We lost at Swansea on the opening day and lost 3 of our first.
Go on.
Oh, lovely touch.
Right, go on, Garnacho. Get us out of this absolute horror show that we're in.
Please,
do it on your own, son. You can't rely on anyone.
Oh, that's lucky. I love him, though. I love it. He needs to get a lot of game time this season. Garnacho.
That touch there to bring
the so confident
in, and then he pulls out wide to the...
Unreal, man.
Brilliant.
With his weak foot as well.
He's playing well, Garnacho. See when you
Bruno
see
and Garnacho have been like
directness, the speed, the way he is. He's straight onto this.
The touch,
great first touch,
nice.
Absolute worldy first touch.
He was always going to go for that then. Not a bad effort though. See how wide it was.
It's on his left foot. He goes for the near post. You've got to go across the goalkeeper there. Josh W's been a member of the first team 20 months. Says get ready for the David De Gea would have saved that brigade.
Yep.
Dalot needs to cut them sloppy passes out of his game. I agree.
A few of them have done sloppy passes though. It's not just Dalot.
We're all over the gaffer.
Give it away a few times.
We're at 6s and 7s. Bit of composure. Right, is this Dalot on the ball now? Pick a man out.
Nice. Oh,
no, it wasn't on that pass. I don't know why I did it. There might be a bit. There's a foul there, sort of 30 yards out, and the ref wave play on. I don't know. There's going to be a chatting to.
The Lens fans are having a good time, aren't they? They're loving life.
Yeah, they are. It's just been a really annoying game at the moment. I don't want to look like you say, Nick. I don't want to look too much into pre-season, but you can't sort of ignore what he's been a bit of a
especially
shambles.
when it's been individual errors as well.
Yeah, the low, bad mistake for the pass. Onana cut off his line. Mason Mount missing a sitter. And then missing it in comical fashion as well, where he's kicked it against his own foot, I think.
The Dortmund game as well was like individual errors. That's the reason why they got back into the game, because we just give it away. Way too sloppy. Can't be doing that in the Premier League.
Is there a chance that we're overworking the lad straight away, getting back into it?
Nah.
Put him through a good bit straight away, haven't we?
I think Marcus said that though in an interview, didn't he? He was like, this has been the toughest out of all the coaches that he's worked with.
I think they have played a lot of football last season.
Come on,
with the
send
World Cup and everything.
him.
Come on, you got to be quicker there, Marcus.
Yeah. Nice.
But the flip side is, if you don't get them ready and hit the ground running, they're going to get, left behind when the Premier League starts. Do you know what I mean? It's better, I suppose, to have these games now where you're getting used to everything, you're getting back into the speed of things. Alonso obviously turned up today, and they've been up for it. And we've seen that in pre-season. That's one good thing about pre-season. We've played teams that have been up for it.
Again, giving it away there.
Even, I know it was only like the Resis, but even Wrexham were well up for it. Real Madrid turned up, didn't they? You could see they were up for it. Dortmund did. Arsenal did. Arsenal played their first team. Martinez now on the ball, just trying to work an opening.
Yeah.
It's not been a great performance by Manchester United so far. There have been a couple of players that have done well. Bruno Fernandes has been outstanding, and Garnacho has been very lively.
There we go. Get it across.
It's a bad touch, that. Other than that, I don't think anyone's done anything to shout home about. Sorry.
Do you think once you have that focal point in the number 9 though with Rasmus, it'll seem much better, the approach to the play?
Yeah.
Because I love Marcus. I know they've been switching a bit. I love Marcus, but I don't like him really as a number 9. I only like him in the games we play against Arsenal.
Is Onana basically
with
60 yards out from his goal, getting involved in the play? No, it's not a bad ball, actually. No, was he giving there a foul? That's harsh. Luke Shaw's top's very tight on him, isn't it? It's gone for a snug little number there. Get involved in the comments, let us know what you think. Paradix says, now respect League 1.
Paradix?
BBQ.
BBQ.
BBQ Bod says, we are screwed this season. So he's obviously gone early.
Yeah, meltdown.
After 29 minutes against Lons, that's it.
Off.
Do you know what?
It's done.
On Football Manager, when I always had a bad pre-season, I'd win the treble. So I'm not asked.
So is that what you're saying? We're gonna.
Yeah.
I like it.
Apparently, Monaco playing Arsenal. Called it Paradix. It's at Monaco Arsenal 1-1. I don't know. I've not even looked at that. Is that true?
I don't know.
Let's have a look.
So we're going to win the treble, and Rasmus is going to get 30 plus.
Yeah. What
That's
Watchalong we've
taken.
Had.
What we've taken away from this. I love it.
No, I don't know.
Community Shield is tomorrow, so they can't play Monaco.
I don't know what that is. Maybe he might be talking about a recent game. I missed it.
There's going to be about 14 people at the Wembley tomorrow, isn't there?
Yeah.
No one's asked.
No one is bothered, aren't they? Also, as well, it's a bit of a cop-out, isn't it? The Community Shield with Arsenal who finished second.
Yeah. But didn't we do...
Well, obviously, we've done it a few times, haven't we? Where we've won the double or we've won the treble.
Go on, Marcus. Go on.
He's going to give that in. That's so soft. That is never a foul.
Diving.
Strength, man. That's all it was. Show strength.
No, I don't think that's a foul out. Let's have a look
50-50.
No. Soft for me, that.
What about the changes in the EFL? Have you heard much of them? So in like Championship, League 1, League 2, they think games might go on to like 100 plus minutes because of the the World Cup.
Yeah.
I think games are going to go on till God knows when.
Do you think there's a better way to handle it than that, though?
Like what they're doing, what are they having a stop clock type?
You can't do much. You can't take the mick when it comes to even stuff like drying your balls before a throw-in.
Yeah.
They don't what are you laughing at?
What kind of?
They don't like stuff like you got to get off the pitch straight away.
The juvenile attitude in this studio.
I say drying balls, Ethan laughs. You got to they're cutting down on it all. They really are. They're expecting a lot of injury time, aren't they? Like,
yeah. But I think that's what I mean. It adds on, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm sure there's a better way you could handle it.
Would you like the stop and start sort of the way rugby do it, where you stop when the ball goes out of play?
I do feel you're getting shortchanged with the amount of game time you're watching.
Yeah.
You reckon it's like, some games, it's like 50 minutes, isn't it?
I love that stat. I think it was Housing Shed.
What? Like, it's genuinely.
Like, oh my, it's only 50 minutes. It's
like,
crazy.
you're missing half the game. And it's like, it
Lovely.
annoys me.
Oh, that is really good. Have a dig.
Hey, free kick. We'll take that.
Right, Marcus 1-0. Calling it now.
Let Bruno have this one.
He's had his sighter. Yeah.
Where was that moment where we were doing the watch-along and you said if Rashford scores this, I'll
get a tattoo. Do you know what I was going to write? But then I thought, I'm not getting a tattoo.
Was that the Chelsea
Yeah,
game?
no, it was an England game. I thought, I'm not
it
getting a tattoo.
it was an England
Yeah, I thought, I'm not doing it
wasn't
because it's an England game. I mean, it's not even that deep getting a tattoo. It's just like, I thought, you know, like the story why I get that tattoo because Marcus Rashford scored for England.
Yeah, it's not like...
If it's United, then all right. Because a
Blockbuster,
lot of people like, when you're getting that tattoo, Jay, I will get a Marcus Rashford tattoo, but it'll have to be something that he's done for United. I just can't.
When he wins the treble ultimately this year.
Yeah, at the end of the season when he wins the treble,
then
do you know what I mean? I'll get one on my head.
He's not far off becoming out. Well, he is quite far off.
He's not far off. He's only on 200.
He's far off.
150 goals to go.
But if he becomes out ultimate, no, he's 100 goals off, and is he 100 and something goals off?
Oh, let's have a look.
I think he's 130 goals off.
I think
he's on like.
I think he's got to score like 30 a season now.
He's on 113. I want to say. I'm going to
let's have a look how many goals Marcus has scored for Manchester United.
Just another.
And how many
years.
to win?
He scored 123 goals for United.
Right, what's the top? 260 or something?
So, 253, I think it is.
Yeah, so he needs another 130 odd.
Divide by 5. He's just got a 5-year deal. That's 30 a season.
Yeah, no, I agree, 30 a season.
Carry the
I
one.
just don't agree with it. He's not far off.
Bruno.
Oh, it's Bruno.
Opposite corner here.
Right.
Yeah, I take that back.
Bruno 1-0. No. I think we're awful at free kicks, by the way.
It's the days of Ronaldo and Beckham.
We've been awful at free kicks since Beckham left.
But is there any really good free kick takers?
Matt was all right for a bit with us, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's poor.
Ward-Prowse the one I can think of.
I think the lying down on the floor thing needs to stop, doesn't it?
You're not into that?
We should all just agree that we should stop.
I'd definitely be given that role if I was in the wall. They'd put me behind the wall.
I'd come on as a sub just for that.
Get me on the wall, Joe.
Yeah. So do you think Marcus Rashford's going to be our all-time top scorer?
No, I don't. But I was thinking. I was thinking about.
I was sitting there thinking.
I was thinking about things why you'd get a tattoo for Rashford.
Right.
And that would be a reason.
Yeah, yeah, of course. You know, something like that.
He needs to score 30 goals in the next 5 years.
The thing with Rashford, right? The only sort of slight detriment to him is a lot of his game is built on pace.
Go on, Garnacho.
Go on.
That step over does him every time.
It was that, Anthony.
A
lot of Max's game is built around pace, so I don't see him being a player that plays to like 35, 36.
That's a good point. Very good
point. Unless he changes his game, I think he'll be like 31, 32. So he'd have to do it pretty consistently. You know what I mean? Like 2 seasons ago, he had a season where he scored 7 goals, whatever. If he has another one of them, I think he
might get close to like Andy Cole's record or something.
There's some records that do stun you a bit. Like Ryan Giggs' record with appearances is fucking...
Is it 900
I don't think anyone's
count 900 something. David De Gea's played with us for like 12 years, didn't he? And he's still 300 or 400 appearances off him.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going on?
The thing with those seasons as well with Giggs, you had seasons where there was 60 games in a season. Quite a lot, because we're in all competitions, last stages of all competitions.
Like last year,
of course.
You were always sort of in finals and semi-finals and out of the group stage of the Champions League and going far in the domestic cup competitions. So you always had big seasons where there was lots of games to play, and Giggs played nearly all of them. So it's not just the fact that he played from the age of 18 to 40, which 22-year career is ridiculous anyway. It's the fact that every season there was 60 games on the table or thereabouts for him to take part in. So I don't think you're going to get that ever again.
No, although we've done all right recent competitions.
Mind you, last season
got to the final.
Last season was a big season, and we have had a couple under Ollie as well.
Ollie was semi-final FC, wasn't he?
I think, I mean, someone would have to come in and play Like Garnacho now to play till he's 40. Can you imagine
never
that?
happening.
It's just not, is it? I don't
Days
think
are gone, really,
yeah,
where that's kind of happening.
Do you know what I mean? It's unheard of.
Just the intensity that they play at nowadays.
Yeah.
Like.
So, I don't see anyone catching Giggs' record. Rooney's record, definitely, I think can.
Hojlund, you fucking
Hojlund's
by your
doing
metric, have we done it by 3 years down the line?
He signed a 6-year contract.
Yeah, Hojlund by the time he finishes his deal will be.
What he'll be in his prime by the time his contract finishes? He'll be 26, I think.
He'll be 26 when he's.
How mad is that? They didn't need to do that then, Miners.
We're not looking great from the back.
I don't think Martinez hasn't looked amazing.
Everything looks again, I know it's a little bit
pre-season,
panicky, disjointed. There's a bit of lack of understanding. You can just sell it's pre-season. The thing is now though as well, you've basically had 4 or 5 games, or maybe that's a bit overset. You've had 3 games, I'd say, where you've had a pretty strong team now.
Yeah.
So you should be getting there or thereabouts, used to each other, and getting back in the swing of thing. I think get this one out of your system, and then obviously tomorrow isn't going to count because that's going to presumably the Resis. Well, no one's going to play from this game, are they? The Resis. So yeah, I don't see. Oh, that's a bad ball again.
That's what I mean. He's
honestly
not been great this game.
Spooking me a bit.
Bit worrying, isn't it?
Spooking me a bit.
Poor pass.
We look a bit shit.
Ryan Watson says Garner needs to stop shooting every single time.
Garner?
He does. I think he means Garnacho.
Garnacho.
But to be fair, if I gave that pass to Mason Mount and saw what he'd done with it, I'd be shooting constantly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, have you watched Jack Ryan yet on Amazon? It's good, you know.
I do like a bit of Jack Ryan.
Never even heard of it.
With Jim from The Office. Oh, it's good.
You never heard of Jack Ryan? You ever seen
What's The Office?
Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger?
No.
Well, it's like Jim from The Office. He's Jack Ryan from it. Loves a gun.
Loves a gun. Right, he loves a gun like builders love a
What are you watching at the minute, Jay?
I just was talking about this earlier. I watched last night because I'm still on. My sleep patterns are still just goosed. I woke up at midnight, couldn't get back to sleep.
Wet the bed?
Well, no, I didn't actually wet the bed, but that has happened a lot. So I went downstairs and watched the Mark Cavendish documentary on Netflix. Now, I'm not a cycling fan, I'm not going to pretend. I don't really know a lot about Mark Cavendish. I've heard he was a bit of a knobhead.
He's really good though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really good. And to be fair, he's sort of, on the documentary, both him and his missus kind of admit he's been a bit of an arsehole during his career. But that's part of his sort of DNA of this sort of perfectionism and all the rest of it. And I don't mind that. I don't mind players saying, or people, saying, look, this is who I am. I'm not perfect. But, you know, it's all part of the reason that I've been successful. And what I liked about watching this documentary, usually when I watch a documentary about a sports person, I know what's going to happen. So I know going into the final game or the payoff sort of, you know, the finale, they're going to win or they're not going to win. Like the last dance, you know the Bulls win at the end. Or when you're watching a documentary on, I don't know, Senna or whatever, God rest him, you know how it ends. Yeah. But with Cavendish, I didn't know anything. I don't know why you're smirking. Yours up to something.
He
started laughing straight away.
He started that first.
Pair of bleeding kids.
The eye contact was made and he went like that.
With Cavendish, I didn't know how it went for him in the Tour de France. Well, last season he was. He equalled the record. Max, what's the kid's name? I can get the name. The kid I watched it last night, who had the record for the most Tour de France stage wins, was 35, and I think it was 34 or 34, and he equalled it. But what the good thing about the documentary is, it doesn't look like he's going to. I was watching it as a layman thinking he ain't going to do this. And you had Lance Armstrong commentating. It amazes me that he's still commentating.
Oh, commentating.
Yeah, he's like, you know, all he's forgiven.
He's the commentator.
Yeah.
So
like he's on a panel, like on a cycling panel, commentating. Didn't anyone get the memo that he fucking cheated for like 6 years? That he's one of the worst cheats in the history of sport, let alone cycling. Yeah. And now you're sitting him there asking him his opinion. Funny. Like, the guy's a disgrace. But yeah, he's commentating. He's quite harsh on Cavendish, saying like he's no chance and all that. Because what happens with him, he gets on a bit, and he has like a few years where he's just struggling. He crashes a lot. Again. It's not happening for him, and then eventually he has a phenomenal sort of finale. It's really good. It's a really good watch because I'm like I say, you don't have to be a cycling fan to watch it, or a Mark Cavendish fan because I'm neither.
You often the way they cut this together and the way they dramatise it, you often just get drawn into whatever sport it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even if it's like badminton, the way they cut the slow motion,
the drama, the flashback, not the flashback, but the way it's a big thing now in documentaries, and you know, I've done it myself. Is where you go. We did our Glazers documentary, Adam Patterson put together, and he did a similar thing where you'll go like. Have a sort of ticker, and it'll go right 2018, then it'll go back to 2005, then it'll go 2012, back to 2007 or whatever. And it was that kind of thing with the Cavendish one, but it worked really well. And I like the access they got. Obviously, was ridiculous. It was very honest. It wasn't just sort of, you know, canonising him as this perfect guy. And you know, his missus was in it quite a lot, and she was being honest about his struggles, mental health struggles as well. So yeah, it was really good.
Come on, Marcus.
Nice ball. It's tough being
that's where a striker would be. That's where a striker would be there. Hojlund on the end of that.
Cyclists, you think
big legs,
just on the road, dedicated, like constantly. And also when they have a crash as well, bloody hell, they're going like 70 miles an hour, 70 kilometres an hour.
Fucking hell.
There's one way he's going 70 kilometres an hour, the kid elbows him. Kid gets suspended, gets chucked out of the Tour de France because he basically just goes, yeah, I'll have a bit.
Killed him?
I know. And like he puts an hole in his shoulder because of it. It's minging.
Just have sharp elbows.
It's nice. It's grim. Because you think, we've all fallen off our bikes, but I don't think any of us fallen off our bikes doing 70 kilometres an hour, surrounded by other cyclists. I can
never get
to
that speed on a bike in my life.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of those where you're like, crikey. But yeah, really enjoyed it.
A couple of minutes left. This has been
It's not been great, has it?
No.
Been decent moments. But
Usman Amis says, since Onana came, we are losing match. Matthew Coward says, the Lance Armstrong, I'm on my bike, what are you on? Advert is hilarious in hindsight. BMW Racing 1974 says, my take from this first half, we still can't score, lol, look decent on the ball though.
Do we?
Daniel Leaper says, we've been wank all pre-season.
Slightly different takes
we
there,
had we had one game. Well, we played Leon, didn't we, in Edinburgh for some reason?
Yeah.
Then
Leeds in Oslo.
Leeds
well.
in Oslo.
1-3, lost 3.
We've done a lot, you know, pre-season.
What about?
We've done United in general have done a lot.
Yeah, no, we have.
Is this going to be like 9 games in pre-season?
Lost 3, 6, 8, I think it is.
8.
So what is a Leon, Leeds, Arsenal,
Wrexham,
Dortmund,
Madrid,
Lens,
Bilbao.
I'm missing one. Have I missed one out?
I don't think
8,
so.
I think.
Yeah.
8. So maybe not all the players will be, but it's quite intense.
Go on, hit it.
Go on, you didn't hear that. Hit the target.
Oh, just fucking
too much on it, man. Always.
It's his decision making at times.
His final ball or his shot is not good enough.
No.
That was a great position there as well.
Oh, come on, Casemiro. You had an opportunity then to find him. And
don't hurt yourself.
Look, the Lance fans are loving this.
Yeah, it's a great day out for them. They booked the table at the fucking Yates' afterwards. Can't wait.
Yates, is that still going?
Yeah. I'll be going forever.
Not been Yates' for years. My local, when I was a kid, used to be Yates'. Not local, the one where we all went drinking.
Blimey, did it really?
In
Yates'.
It was a pint.
About 1 and 10. I don't know.
That's mad.
Hey, throw me.
I
can't remember.
Chicken for a pint.
I remember in my local when I lived in Partington, in the Red Bull, which is shut now, you could get a pint of Dark Mild for £1 or something.
Genie.
But it was minging. Half time, Manchester United 1-0 down to Lons. Was it Satoka or whatever his name was, scored from nearly halfway line and Onana off his line. Poor ball from Diogo Dalot. Talking points are Deleu's bad pass, Onana being off his line and being caught out, and Mason Mount missing an absolute sitter. And when I say missing it, he missed it. I think he kicked it against his standing foot, or it just hit his standing foot. I'll have to watch the replay. A poor performance by Manchester United in that first half. Get involved in the comments in the chat. Let us know what you think. I've got Joe McGrath with me from the Sloppy Joes podcast. Go and check out that. I've also got Nick McCabe from Real Reds Talk. I'm going to be getting their thoughts on it. I want to hear your thoughts as well. I'm going to get into the comments first of all. Coach Zach Elks, who's been a member of the first team for 31 months. If you've not done already, go and check out the members section. Loads of behind-the-scenes content and vlogs from our tour of the US. Says, we need a new right side. Jaden and Aaron Wan-Bissaka over these two for me. Dalot and Anthony just take too long to make decisions. Need a right-wing version of Garnacho. Matt Wicks says, is Palestri available? Want to see him driving on the right. Thank you, producer Heath. Leon says Mason Mount needs to be sold.
Jesus.
Leon, what are you talking about?
Bobby Hanlon says, Jay, do you think Hojlund... Jay, do you guys think Hojlund could be the new RVN? I doubt it. Ruud van Nistelrooy for me is probably the best striker I've ever seen.
Out and out, pure 9. Yeah, 100%.
100, and everything.
Yeah.
And do I expect Hojlund to do that? No, I don't. I've never seen a player like that.
Different kind of player as well.
But I think Hojlund can have a very successful Manchester United career. Yeah. I know I was saying he could get 30 goals this season, but I do, and I said this earlier as well, we do need to be patient. We do need to temper our expectations a little bit, because he is a youngster coming into a new league, coming into a new country, obviously going from a club that is not one of the big boys in Italy. It's not a Juve or a Milan or an Inter. It's Atalanta, who are, a medium-sized Italian club, and you're coming into the biggest club in Britain, one of the biggest clubs in the world. You're playing in front of 76,000 fans every week. You've got a 70-odd million quid price tag on your head. You're the new sort of out-and-out striker, so there's always going to be a demand for you to get goals. Yeah. And also, we're trying to catch City, who've just won a treble, albeit with 115 charges hanging over their head. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on the kid. We need to sort of be wary of that. So I think he'll do all right, but I think we need to be.
He's got sort of people to learn off, hasn't he? Like, if you think Anthony's come for a big price tag, he'll know all about the pressure. Same with Jadon Sancho as well. So
yeah.
I'm sure he'll be speaking to them.
Nick, what have you made of that first half? Because it couldn't have gone much worse if we're being brutalised.
No. I mean, if I'm trying to be positive about it, the Garnacho and Bruno looked pretty sharp whenever they've got on the ball and created opportunities. Been a little bit lacklustre on the ball. I know someone said we was decent on the ball before. I think we've been the opposite. I think we've given it away quite a lot. I think we've been quite poor and making individual mistakes again, which has been like a bit of the theme of pre-season, unfortunately. But yeah, I can see good things. I can see what he wants to do, but yeah, we need to get rid of those errors, especially going into the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree with that. Joe, what have you made of it? What have you thought about it?
I've not really enjoyed it. I think it's been a difficult watch because little things haven't fallen our way. We look a little bit sloppy on the ball, but I hope this is just those sort of pre-season chemistry building games where everything can improve on one another. I've found Onana interesting. I've liked seeing him work with the defenders, and that will obviously be a relationship that grows and grows. And seeing him on the ball, he works really well. I don't think we can blame him too much for the goal. People say, he was high out of his box, but I think that was just a sort of. There's a lot of keepers who would have been in that position, wouldn't there?
He wasn't in a ridiculous position.
No, he wasn't.
Was he? I mean, all right, he's on the edge of his area, but it wasn't like he was 50 yards out from his goal and you're going, what are you doing? And also, we had the ball. When he was where he was, if we're being brutal, he probably was a bit too far out, obviously. But it wasn't like, what are you doing? Oh my God, that's horrendous. I think the issue was the sloppy pass from below.
Yeah, exactly.
Has stitched him up. And I think that he might have to be a bit more mindful of that. That when we have got the ball in those sort of areas, just be conscious of the fact that you can get picked off there. That's part of his genetic makeup. That's part of his game. He does play out, from the back. He does like to push on. He does like to sort of sit outside his area a lot of the time and almost be the sweeper keeper. The likes of Neuer, obviously, was one of the most famous for doing it. Ederson does it for City. We've seen Alisson Becker do it for the Scousers.
Exactly.
It's that whole thing. I think David Raya has done it really well for Brentford. I think he got on his way to Spurs, to Arsenal.
Yeah. Bye Ramsdale.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? I don't know what's going on there. So this is like the new modern keeper, and he's the epitome of that.
It's going to be mistakes and errors.
Ramsdale's making way, sorry.
I don't know. I just saw David Raya.
They're bringing David Raya in as like competition, but I don't think you bring someone in of that calibre who, in my opinion, was one of the greater goalkeepers last season, like top 5 for me personally. So do you bring someone in like that and say, what does Ramsdale say? Oh yeah, what?
To be fair,
that's a very interesting move, isn't it?
Very interesting.
I think they might upset their own repertoire at the minute. They had a nice thing going, and I think they might be the team that struggle a bit this year. Not because they haven't got quality players, but maybe they've got too much going on. With Havertz coming in and Rice coming in, I just don't know if certain players have made their team better in a way. But yeah, bring it on.
Should we talk? Right, let's talk about it. We've got a game tomorrow, so we're going to do a bit of a preview for tomorrow's game.
Brilliant.
We're going to chat about this because, listen, we've picked the bones for the first half. We'll wait. The second half is in another 10 minutes. So while waiting for that, we'll do a little bit of a preview for the Bilbao game tomorrow. So I'm just going to sort of intro it and then we'll get into it. So yeah, this is a preview for the Bilbao game against in Dublin. So this is it. This is the big one. Bilbao in Dublin. I've got Joe McGrath from Sloppy Joe's podcast with me.
Hello.
I've also got Nick McCabe from Real Red Talk. You know me. I'm Jay Motti. Oh, that was lovely. Nick, obviously there's going to be a lot of rotation. We're going to get in some. We'll do a combined predicted 11 between us in a minute.
Okay.
But we've had a lot of pre-season games. We've seen some performances. We've seen some games where United have looked a little bit off the pace or whatever. You'd expect it to be a heavily rotated team for the Bilbao game. Does that make sense to you, having these sort of back-to-back games and playing a reserve side for someone like Bilbao? Or do you think we should have had fewer games and played a stronger team in every game?
Yeah, it's weird, the dynamic, the way they've approached it, the coaches, the way they've kind of split the teams up. But the one thing I'd say for tomorrow is opportunity. Whoever it is who's playing, it's your last chance to kind of show the coach that you should be in this squad for next season, so you've got to grab it with both hands, because I think some of them have been standout. You had a look at someone like Casemiro, who unfortunately got injured. Would have liked to see more of him in these kind of games, and a couple of others like Alvaro Fernandez. So I'm excited for the youngsters, and you've just got to grab this opportunity now. How
much do you think you can grab the opportunity? I'm not disagreeing with what Nick's saying. My point is, you could play against Bilbao if you're playing in this, which should basically be a reserve team. Let's say you're a youngster, you're Dan Gore or whoever. Joe Hugill, you play well. Do you think the manager looks at that and goes, I fancy him? Because last season, we saw Charlie Iqbal. Those two. A fantastic pre-season against good teams. And Zidane Iqbal didn't get a minute.
I think when we've got a game on the bounce, one after the other, I think it's for the reason of the manager wanting this game. I don't think Ten Hag has been surprised by this, where he goes, right, we've got 2 games on the bounce here. So there's a reason Ten Hag wants to play these 2 games. And it's because I think he wants as many pre-season minutes as possible. And I think maybe he's slowly changing the way he does things. Zidane Iqbal was brilliant last year, but maybe it was just a bit too soon in Ten Hag's development of the squad. Whereas now, I think Ten Hag is really settling into this role, and I think he wants to be here for a while. I think he sees his sort of legacy at United as being 5, 6, 7, 8 years at the club. So maybe the pre-seasons have changed, and now, if you are a youngster, go give it your all, because Ten Hag wants you. And you got to. And also as well, just for the fans' point of view, go and be a fan favourite.
Yeah.
Go and put in 45 minutes, graft. And I think that's what youngsters should do. They go over the performance in front of the Irish fan. They're some of the most passionate we've got in Manchester for Manchester United fans. So they'll be wanting a lot of youngsters giving them all on the pitch. And I think that's what Ten Hag wants to see as well.
I couldn't agree more about the Irish fans as well. We did an event over in Dublin. We're going to be going back there as well. Stretford Paddock live event, and the passion from the fans over there. Yeah. It was just fantastic. It's great to see. Love Dublin. I need to go there more often. I'm just wondering about this sort of Ten Hag style of play. To quote Andy Tate, a style of play, Barca style of play. Because we've seen it this season where it doesn't matter whether you're a first team or whether you're a youngster. He seems to want his team to play a certain way. Like with Ajax, the academy or the under sevens playing the same way as the first team. Or you see it at Barcelona where they have that style. Yeah. Do you see that with Ten Hag? Do you see him doing that a little bit, where he's saying that whether it's Onana or Tom Eaton in goal, I want you to push up a little more. But if whether it's one of the youngsters in the midfield or it's one of the whether it's Kobe Manu or it's one of the experienced players or whatever, I want you to play this certain way. Do you see him implementing his style throughout the team, and regardless of whether that's the younger players or the older players starting?
I think naturally when you're younger, your brain's like a sponge in it. So if you want them to play your style, you want to integrate your philosophy, get them from early as soon as possible, so they get used to them habits then of going into different games. And I like it. I think they've approached this season, they're going to approach this season slightly different to last season. Everyone was expecting that Ajax style when they came in, didn't they, the high possession, but we had to tweak a couple of things, and I think that's one of the main reasons now why he's integrating it into these youngsters, to say like when you do come through, you'll have that kind of natural aura about you when you come into the system. So yeah.
What do you think? Do you see the Ten Hag philosophy permeating through every team that he picks?
It's a slow process, but often they get the best results. And I think we had a great year to build on last year. Champions League football back at Old Trafford. Ten Hag ready to give his all for this second season. I do think there is maybe another transfer window for him really to cement his legacy, but you can see it. You can see he buys players as well that want to play for United. And I think we can all see that. We've had the pleasure of watching Hojlund come on the pitch today, and he is a striker that not only fits Ten Hag's system, but also is grateful's a funny word, but he's also going to be relishing the opportunity to score like that, for the Stretford end.
That has to be included in the scouting profile.
Yes.
You go get a player who's talented, yes, but then also someone who's dying to play for Manchester United.
Have they got drive? Have they got hunger? Do they want to play for us? Do they believe in the system?
Yeah.
Do they believe that they might still be at United in 5 years' time? Do they want to score 20 goals a year, 20 plus goals a year, 30 as Jay boldly predicted? And I think that's what Ten Hag is doing. And you hear about little things, don't you, about Ten Hag's system? I mean, I can't remember the absolute, the fine details of the story, but Ten Hag's bringing in coaches from all areas. Benny McCarthy, you got the new chef.
Little things like that. Yeah, no, you know
chef,
what?
Apparently, everyone loves the chef.
Yeah,
he's a Ten Hag chef. Comes in, everyone's got their own meal. Apparently, so just little things.
He's methodical in it.
No, I get that. Methodical. And you should do everything you can to get the best out of your team. Absolutely. So if it is bringing a new chef, it is bringing in the right coaches.
That's why Jay has got a chef for me. You brought in a new chef for me to keep me happy today, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. That's why that comment before.
He's done really well. I'm buzzing.
He's just in the back now, rustling up some beans on toast for Joe. It's easy with Joe to bring him a new chef because he's a man of simple pleasures.
Easy.
You know what I mean? He's not like into his cordon bleu cuisine. Just a nice pie or a bit of beans on toast.
Not wrong with a nice
chips
pie.
and gravy, and he's like a pig in shit. Let's do a combined 11. Right, not a combined 11. A predicted, let's do a predicted.
Yeah, here we go.
Predicted combined 11.
The chef's been sneaking something into Jay's
let's do
food.
a predicted 11, but we're going to do it together because I don't want us all to pick basically a reserve side.
Yeah,
so
that's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, in goal, is it going to be Nathan Bishop or is there anything? Tom Heaton?
Tom Heaton. I think there's going to be more senior players. I do. I think
Tom Heaton at Arsenal. When he played in the pre-season at Arsenal, so I give it Tom Heaton. I think.
I agree.
Yeah, I think as well. We think only a couple of first-team players are going to go over to Dublin. Dublin's 40 minutes on an airplane.
Quick flight. You go.
Yeah.
You literally go up, and next thing you know, their pilots still need to sit down. Couldn't even go for a wee at one flight on one of my flights. So it's basically like going down.
You couldn't go for a wee.
Bing.
Because the bell goes off and it goes straight.
We're done.
Yeah,
you don't, pal.
You reach the sky and then.
I would come back from Dublin. We delayed a little bit. Paddock came on and said, "Sorry, I get us only half an hour." He won't lie in.
No, yeah.
I couldn't believe the speed.
Can't even get from Eccles to Stockport in half an hour.
Exactly. So
traffic.
And they've probably got a nice hotel by the airport, so you literally land, get yourself ready, prepared.
Right.
So
all right,
I think we'll see.
Go on.
I think we'll see a couple of first-team players.
Right. So we're going Tommy.
What was that talking about?
I don't know. I just.
Why am I thinking about the hotel?
I just see the sights. You see the sights. I love how detail you got to have a little bit of a cup of tea in that.
Yeah, the Guinness tour's brilliant.
I've not been. Do you know when I went to Dublin? What did we did? We did the Irish tour. Not the Irish tour. The Irish museum thing.
Of course they did.
The
Leprechaun Museum's good.
That might be it. I can't remember. It was that. I think it was that. We did a few bits. It was because I went there with my missus, and then I went there again with the channel. And we went with the channel. We didn't do a lot of sort of sightseeing stuff because it was just the event.
In and out. A bit like United away.
Yeah.
In and out.
And then we went with missus. We did a few more sort of touristy things, which was all good stuff. So we're going Tom Heaton in goal.
Yes.
Right back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's on the bench for the Lons game. Can he fly over and make the bench and make the game?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he will.
You think he can?
Get him in my team. Now.
Right, all right. We'll put in Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back.
Evans.
Johnny Evans at centre back. It stinks of a Johnny Evans game, doesn't it?
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Sooner or later, we're gonna have to know if he's staying, aren't we?
All right. So we're gonna go Johnny Evans. Who else? Who else are we going at centre back? Is Will Fish still knocking about? Have we loaned him out? Yeah.
I think it'd be Lindelof Maguire. I do.
You all right? Lindelof and Maguire. Right. So you're going. Right. Who are we gonna go with here? We're gonna have Johnny Evans or we're gonna have Lindelof and Maguire.
No. I think Johnny Evans and Lindelof or Maguire.
All right. We'll go Johnny Evans and we'll go Maguire or Lindelof. You can make the decision.
Lindelof.
Oh no, Harry Maguire. Left back. Who are we going at left back?
Alvaro.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yep.
Deal. Right, done. We'll go with a 4-3-3. In the midfield.
Nice.
Fred.
Has Fred played?
Is Van der Beek kicking him out?
Let's have Fred, Van der Beek, and who else?
I think Van der Beek, McTominay, Mesbury.
Right, up front. Go on. Who's our three up front?
Oh, great question.
Forson.
I'll go
Sancho,
right. I don't know about that one, but I'll go Forson.
Forson, I think will play.
Yeah.
You're stunned by Dublin. Forson. You're so far away, you know.
Forson, Hugh Gill, and...
God.
Come on. Shoretire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our front three. Bilbao finished 8th last season, I think, in La Liga. decent return. Good side. Don't want to get too much into them. We know it's going to be a tough test, especially with the Rezzies. Give us your score predictions.
Oh, I think we're going to batter them 3-0.
3-0, your score prediction?
2-0.
2-0.
Yes.
I'm going to go 1-0. I think it'll be a tough game. I think the Dublin crowd will give it their all, but it's going to be the reserve side. So I'm going to go 1-0, which won't be a bad result against a very good club athletic side, or athletic club as they're known in Spain. Go and check out Joe McGrath, Sloppy Joe's podcast. Go and check out Nick McCabe at the Real Res Talk. Give us your score predictions. Film yourself in landscapes and send us your score predictions to paddockmatchday@gmail.com. This has been the preview of the Bilbao game in Dublin on Stretford Paddock. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And now let's get back to the watch-along.
Come on.
That's going to spring something. Watch-along time. I don't think you made any changes, really.
No, Onana's giving a wave to the crowd there. He said
I'll
more of that. Someone's saying super chat. Sorry, I'm getting to the super chats. Bulldog Mayonnaise says,
Great.
Hi boys, thoughts on bacon? Kevin
t-
Bacon or the actual food?
One of my top meats, I'd say, which is always unfortunate for some people. One of my top meats.
Why is it
Because some people can't eat bacon, which is, you know.
Oh, right,
so
okay,
right.
right.
If I'm doing a list of my top meats, I don't want to isolate people. Unfortunately, it's quite nice, so I have to put it up there with a chicken wing.
Right,
they go neck and neck.
Right, okay.
Yeah, if you've gone to the head,
no,
chicken wing or bacon.
bacon's better than a chicken wing.
Get off your head.
No, I'm not off my head. I'm
You
perfectly
can't bacon
sober.
buffalo sauce, can you?
Well,
I'm not a fan of wings, you know.
You can't have chicken wing butter. You
fan
can't
of
have chicken wing butty.
Yeah.
Hey.
What about that?
Fucking that's 1-all. I'm
Chicken wing butty.
Coming on here, dissing bacon,
good.
giving it the biggin about your chicken wing.
9 out of 10.
Unacceptable.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Kevin Bacon, the actor?
Can't stand him. Sorry.
Can't stand him. I've never seen.
I can't. He sent me adverts, mate. Can't fucking stand him. Swear to God.
He's not watched Footloose the same since.
I can't stand him.
Can't stand him.
Hey, do you know though he lost all his money? That's why he does all the Me adverts. Bernie Madoff, is it? Madoff. Bernie Madoff.
What happened to
you know the guy,
money?
Bernie Madoff, who had everyone over? He lost like 800 million quid or whatever with some sort of Ponzi scheme. Well, Kevin Bacon was one of the victims of that, so he lost all his money.
Good.
Which is why he's, he gets well water.
He's not back in the acting scene. They're not seeing him much recently.
No, he still does bits, doesn't he? But yeah, he's sold his soul.
He must be getting a fortune. He's been EA's head guy for
ages, long time.
Yeah. Have you seen, what was the film I saw? His daughter was in a film. Smile. Have you seen that horror film, Smile?
Oh, where... No, I've seen the advert for it. It's not.
The trailer's scarier than the film.
Horror films aren't for me.
No, I don't like
that.
My
head goes a little bit.
No. Yeah, I get
it.
I don't really want to watch.
My missus said, let's go to the cinema to watch a horror film. I said, not a chance. I'll scream and chuck popcorn.
I don't want to watch someone get stabbed up, thank you very much.
Paranormal Activity 2, where you just sat there in the cinema in silence. Just watching CCTV footage of this house, aren't you? Have you seen Paranormal Activity?
I've seen, the first one, yeah.
Essentially, it's just CCTV, innit? And then just someone goes, bang! And he's just shit.
Oh, giving it away. Fucking again, man.
Yeah. I mean, literally.
This game's been a horror show.
Yeah, so far it has. Joda says super chats. I think I've read them all out. Unless I've missed one.
It's going to be 2-0,
I thought he was going then. I thought he was going down in the box. Come on, get up the pitch.
So I'm watching. Opium B says I'm watching 3 minutes behind currently. We are on. Is there a count? Yeah, the timer's there, so you can see where we're up to. We're sort of 2 minutes into the.
Nice ball.
Gotta be.
Marcus.
Yes!
Come on! Go on, my son.
Great ball.
There we go. That's what we needed.
What a finish.
He's born to play.
Get the ball back, you spud.
Yeah, Samba, come on.
What was all that about? What was that goalkeeper?
Just like being dramatic. That's all it is.
Going.
I don't know, a little bit weird that. Marcus scores his first goal pre-season, 1-0. He needed a goal, didn't he? I always think strikers need a goal.
Confidence.
Yeah, I don't care whether it's against
perfect run that
side,
well.
greatly timed run. I don't care whether it's against Lons or it's against the Dog and Duck. You need a goal as a striker.
Dog and Duck.
It's a quote Webby. It's a Webby quote.
Good pass from Anthony.
There's another Scottish team as well he loves quoting. What are they called now?
It's not Cowden Beef, is it?
Cowden Beef.
He always says Cowden Beef. Oh, bowl of soup. That's my favourite. Couldn't win a bowl of soup. Hey.
I've never been anywhere where you can win a bowl of soup.
He couldn't win a bowl of soup. I'd rather boil my own head than watch that.
We need to get
I love Webby. Right. I love Darren
He's
Webb.
one of the best people in the
ever.
world.
When I used to go on the used to do the radio show on when my full-time Devils the phone in, it used to be the highlight of my month
so
when I got
funny.
invited on there. He had me and him in stitches sometimes. Honestly, just genuinely funny guy.
I love the way he says Barcelona.
Barcelona.
I just love him.
Yeah.
Let's get him on a watch long.
I love having Webby on watch long.
He works.
He works constantly, but we've had him on watch alongs. He's old school watch along. Webby used to be on watch alongs when we were full-time Devils. Some of the first watch alongs I think were him. I did a couple. Andy Tate did some. We even did some where we had rival fans on.
I did one once on full-time Devils. You probably get it. It's Boxing Day about 4 years ago. I did a watch along by myself. Producer Chris threw me right under the bus.
Yeah, I've done them ones. It's not.
And then he went, I've got to go do fan channels now. Do you mind turning the stream off? Left me in a studio by myself, talking rubbish. I remember,
I've said this to someone, I was like, there was times when, I mean, we're fortunate now we have enough, we have enough of a team, but there's times I remember in Devils days where I've done it where presented on your Todd.
Yep.
Like you didn't have anyone behind the producer desk. You was doing the socials as well. It was just like everything was
that's
happening.
What I do now,
yeah, that's what I mean. And it's a good learning curve though.
Definitely.
But thankfully now with the support we've had, we're able to push the ball out. Hire a team, and we're very grateful for that.
Some of Hindi more than they help you, like that producer Ethan. But
listen, don't be bringing your sloppy Joe's stuff over here, right?
He can't give back. He's
not there, is he? He's there. He is there. Yeah, you're still smiting because he was laughing when someone said you look good.
No, awful. He's laughing at me.
Jay Frascone in the super chat says, Jay, sorry, I'm just watching this cross. Crushed to miss you guys in the US. I was in Las Vegas when you were all in New York, New Jersey, and back home in New Jersey when you were all in Vegas. Glad you all enjoyed the US. In Vegas, I got 10-1 on United to win the league. 21 is coming. Gutted to miss you, Jay Frascone, because you've been a big supporter of the channel since we took over at Stretford Paddock. Do appreciate that. Can people hit the like button as well? We've still not got to 1,000 likes. Come on, people. We're drawing 1-1 with the mighty Lons.
Is it Lons? Yeah,
I think it's Lons.
Did you do French at school?
Yeah, I did.
Like piscine and that.
Je m'appelle, mate.
Piscine.
Pissing?
Piscine.
What does that mean?
Piscine.
Swimming pool.
Oh, right, like bibliotech.
Yeah.
Bibliotech.
Piscine.
Can you say anything in French? Can you say a sentence?
Quelle heure de date de anniversaire?
Is that something like happy birthday? Or
When's your birthday?
Very nice.
Very good.
June.
J'adore.
Can you do anything?
I know all 3 words in French. Sorry to let you down, but
sorry.
What did you do? Did you do French or did you do something else?
I did French up till 3rd year.
Spanish is better.
And then I did.
Yeah, I'd like to learn Spanish.
I think I did German as the language.
Oh, nice.
But I remember once going on holiday and holding conversations in French.
Really?
And when I was a kid.
Very nice.
We went to Tunisia because they speak French in Tunisia, and I could hold a conversation, but very basic. But you have to keep. You said it about you when you're a youngster. You learn things. Brain's a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was chatting to. Again, I keep references, but I had a good chat with Andy Mitten, and he's got his kids speak several languages because his missus is Brazilian.
Brilliant.
We're in here.
Lovely.
Oh, big touch.
Yes!
You know what? The first
he needed that. I thought his touch was too heavy. Anthony with a goal. Two players that you want to see scoring, Anthony and Marcus Rashford.
That first touch, though, I don't know if it's from Rashford or I think it was Rashford. Watch his first touch. Incredible.
He's a brilliant play there.
Their goalkeeper seems off his head. He seems to make Onana seem quiet.
Me, he is a character.
He was kicking off. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Little Rasmus there clapping.
I was about to say that then. Little Rasmus in the crowd. Lovely. Yeah, good for confidence that for both the lads. Watch this. That weighted touch there had to be spot on.
Does it? Well, it's Garnacho.
And the choice decision making as well.
Good little run there from Rashford.
That touch is a little bit too heavy, but he gets away.
Still managed to finish on his left. It does not like using his right.
That front three looks fucking scary, by the way. If they're on form, and we're playing any Premier League team, and you got a front three like that, you'd be worried.
Garnacho has to get minutes this season.
Oh,
has to.
He does.
He
does. You know what? Sack it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, right?
What, we're going to win the league?
No. Let's address the elephant in the room because people are talking about it, and we should talk about it on this channel. There's rumours that Mason Greenwood's going to come back, right?
Yes.
Which is a obviously, divisive topic. It's one that a lot of people have got an opinion on. Some people think, innocent in the eyes of the law because his charges were dropped. Other people say, we heard that audio. We heard what we heard. You can't just ignore that. The club are apparently doing their own investigation. Erik ten Hag says it's not on him, it's on the club. There have been rumours, and I know I'm not ITK, I'm sure you've all seen the rumours online that the club's going to make some decision and that Mason Greenwood might be returning. Mm-hmm. Where do you stand on it, Joe? And if you've not got an opinion, that's fine. I don't want to put anyone on the spot because we didn't plan on doing this. I just think it's worth talking about.
Before you actually look at the morals of it all, which you got to look at some of the evidence that appeared online. I know that's not how you do things over in England. You can't just judge people by the internet, but some of the things were very hard hitting, very difficult to listen to and even see some of the images. You've also got to think about him in terms of, if you just take him as a footballer, he's not really been playing for a long time.
No.
So if you're going to do anything with him, I just see if I just send him out on loan or even try and sell him, because I just don't think that name or character would be a good thing around the dressing room. I don't know how it would affect morale. I don't know how it affects it, because not only have we seen the images and videos, there's not everyone in that team dressing room would probably seen it, and they'll all have their own opinions. It's a quite a divisive subject, isn't it? So if you think we're having a little chat about it now, there could be in a dressing room full of 30, there could be 10 players that think, what a knobhead.
Yeah.
5 players that think, actually, he's not guilty. And 10 players who don't know about it. So bringing him in, it upsets the dressing room that way for me. Also, I know class is permanent and he was a wonderful player. He's not match fit. He's 18 months out. If anyone doesn't do their job for 18 months, and I know he probably would be training, but if you don't do your job for 18 months, it's going to take a while to get back into it. And I just think it causes too much disruption. It upsets too many people. And there is another avenue in which you sell him or you send him out on loan and you deal with him that way.
Right, okay. No, I think that's fair comment. There's a few people getting involved in the comments in the chat. I do want to hear from you, and I will go through your comments because everyone's got an opinion on this, and it is a worthwhile discussion, because talking about a player that potentially could come back to United very soon if certain rumours is believed. Other rumours may be suggesting that United are going to sell him. There was also talk of a loan move. I don't think a loan move solves anything. Some people saying it does, because then he goes and plays for another club, another team. You get the reaction, you get all the sort of the drama out of the way, and he comes back. But I don't think you do.
But you don't also see if he's any good at football still.
I think we saw that in training. They would have looked at him in training, because he's been training with. I've seen shots when he was with Alanga in Dubai, and there's been other bits.
Yeah, I think he's obviously going to be far off match fitness.
Yeah.
But in terms of Premier League match fitness. Yeah. But as a young player, I don't think it'll take him that long. It might take him a few months, but it won't take that long for him to get up to speed, because this isn't a player who's had an injury. He's just not played at that level. And I don't know whether he's took part. I presume he hasn't took part in a behind closed doors game, because I think you'd have heard about it.
Yeah.
But it might be a case where, it takes him 3 or 4 months to get back to anywhere near the levels you need him to be. Yeah. But it's doable. I mean, in terms of just talking about a football point of view, I think it's doable. Obviously, the moral point of view is a different question altogether. Nick, where do you stand on this? Sort of two sides of the question. Do you think we'll see him play for United again, and do you think we should?
I agree with you. I think it's a roller coaster to bring him back, and United always have roller coasters at the club. I don't know how they're going to package it in terms of PR and things like this. I do think they will bring him back first and foremost. But I think one thing I will say on this, and the last thing I say on this, if this was who scored there?
Who was that?
Marcus again.
Was it Marcus?
Well, his head. Get in there, brilliant header.
That sort of came from nowhere. That was a proper pre-season goal, because everything just seemed a little bit muted. Who was it? Everyone's congratulating Casemiro. I'm confused.
Casemiro put a good ball in, did he not?
Oh, right, sorry.
Am I just making that up?
He always seems to...
This keeper looks like he'd have an argument in the phone box. He's just constantly rowing.
Oh.
Shaw with the ball in, of course.
Oh, it is Marcus. Yeah. It's a
very
good
header. The keeper needs to do better there, to be honest.
What's Casemiro getting all... Did he win the free kick,
he heads
maybe?
it. Oh, he flicks off Marcus onto Casemiro.
Oh, right. We're all getting confused.
Confusing.
Look.
Oh, yeah.
And
one angle looks like it's Rashford. The other angle you can see...
I'm sure it bobbles off his head and then... Yeah. Is it? I don't know.
Fucking hell.
Right, I am so confused right now.
Inception, this.
But then you got to repeat at the final there.
A goal within a goal.
Did that in the Carabao Cup final, didn't they?
Oh, right. Rashford assist. I think it's Rashford assist and Casemiro with a goal. I think so anyway. Very confusing. But yeah, Casemiro, there you go. Just going back to the Greenwood thing, loads of people commenting. Again, it shows you the divisive nature of this. Sorry, Nick.
It's too divisive.
I interrupted you before. Where do you think we'll end up with Mason Greenwood? Do you think he'll play for United?
Yeah, I think he'll play for the club again. I'll try to keep my strong opinion on it.
Well, it's up to you. You know, you're United. I think every United fan is entitled to opinion. I will say this from a football point of view. I think the club, because we know how the Glazers and this club run. It's a business, and I think they'll look at it and go from a business point of view. Just taking aside the moral point of view for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Just from a business point of view, this is an asset who's potentially worth a lot of money. You could argue that Mason Greenwood is actually worth more than any other player at United if he's firing on all cylinders. A young goal-scoring attacker can be worth 150 million. Yeah, well. And he is a generational talent. There's no doubt about that. Obviously, the moral side of it is a different story. But in terms of pure footballing ability, he is potentially worth anything up to 150 million quid if he's playing and scoring and all the rest of it. There's also, I think, from a football point of view, that worry that if we were to let him go, let's say we sold him to Roma or wherever or anywhere, and then they sell him further down the line, he ends up at maybe comes back to England, he ends up at an Arsenal or a Chelsea or wherever, banging in goals. Would the club look at it and go, we made a mistake there in letting him go because from a business point of view, we've made one of our rivals stronger? But we can say, well, morally we've done the right thing. Are they going to think like that? I don't think this is a football club that bases decisions on morals. I just don't. I think it should be a bit more like that, and I think Manchester United, we should be a higher standard than any other club in the world. But I don't think we are. I think if we're being honest, I think morals in football have gone out the window, and I think that's the same at Manchester United a lot of the time. I just do. And I'd love to sit here and say it's different, but I just don't think it is. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did see him come back. And I think that it is going to cause a lot of aggro. We've already heard reports. And again, it's a lot of conjecture and rumours and stuff that certain players maybe are on board with it. There was reports that certain players.
What if he comes back to Old Trafford and he gets booed?
I don't think that's beyond the realms of possibility.
Of course it's not, because half of the people don't like him.
Yeah.
And if you think that's bullshit, read the comments, because it'll be 50-50. There'll be some
we'll get into some of the comments, right? Because I want to get into this. I want to hear your opinion on it. Obviously, the one thing I will say, any comments that starts talking about any victim blame or anything like that will be getting deleted immediately. Adam Twanley says, if Greenwood returns, I'll renounce the club. No amount of talent can wash away what we all heard. That is the issue there. I think you heard that. Even if, it was just reported, you might say, oh, well, there's two sides to it. Whatever. Everyone heard that audio. That is the sort of the big difference.
Think if that was like your sister or your mum, or would you be as keen to get him back in the club? I don't think you would.
Igor has had Diabidic, says Greenwood has to be given a chance back. He's having a baby with his partner and charges were dropped. I don't get the debate. He's saying, the charges were dropped. Someone else talking about audio recording can be fake. I mean, I think we've got to be a little bit realistic here. Andy Long says, if United turn their back on Greenwood, they have failed in player care at United, has been missing for years. Oliver van der Nat says, Greenwood on a loan with an option to buy, that's the most likely outcome. I mean, it's just so...
One, it's too divisive, and anything that splits the club down the middle, I don't think Ten Hag will be particularly happy about. I think even with the Ronaldo stuff, not Ronaldo being... let's take Ronaldo. He was a player. He caused stir. People loved him, but yet people knew he was holding the team back. He was a divisive player. It's the only link I'm doing there. He was a divisive player. Ten Hag doesn't want that. He wants union. He wants people to be batting for the same team. He got rid. If Greenwood comes in, there will be little bits of divisions caused by him coming back. He doesn't want that, Ten Hag. He wants clarity. He wants the same vision. He wants to push forward with his way of doing things. So I do think that will be Ten Hag's final decision to maybe sell him, get an asset.
Yeah, I mean, there is an option there where United can sell him. Doesn't matter whether he's been not the charge been dropped. You can. He's a player for Manchester United. You can sell anyone you want.
Yeah. And
if you sell him, that ends the debate, ends the issue. The question is, will they do it from a business point of view? I'm not sure. Someone in the comments. Sorry, I missed the comment. Said, what would you? Oh, it's Lee Bridgman says, what would you do if your kid they asked for a Greenwood shirt? It's a great question. That my daughter, her favourite player was Mason Greenwood. She's only 6 now. She was 5 at the time, I think, when he was suspended. And she asked not long ago, what's happened to Mason Greenwood? And I just said he doesn't play at a minute. He's been suspended. Why? Oh, because he
fuck me.
Varane's down. That's all we need.
It's his former team.
First fucking season.
I know. Yes, my daughter was asking about it, and it's not an easy conversation. I didn't go into details. She's only 6 years old, but I just said he's been suspended. He don't play for us at the minute. So, yeah, there's a big moral question going on. I think we're going to get some clarity in the next week or so. I think we have to.
There's another case.
One way or another, we need to find out what's going on, I think. Yeah. Whether you like Mason Greenwood, I think he's good enough or not. I think it's not good enough where he should play at United. The club needs to make a decision. He needs to know where he's going, regardless of whether you think he should play for United or not. They need to make a decision for him and for the club itself, because you can't just leave this to linger on for another season. It just doesn't make any sense. A decision has to be made.
I heard something they wanted to announce it when the takeover was, so it's quite so it in the media.
Saga. We'll get into that one tomorrow.
Because it's quite a big thing, and you know most people would be focused on that. They announce it at the same time, so it's kind of dampened on.
I mean, I think if you could announce it when there's a takeover, you can announce it the day you sack the manager. I think it's still going to be a
media will make a meal of
massive talking point. I don't see anyone sort of ignoring that, regardless of how much bad news you try and bury.
There's an interesting. It's not a parallel, but it's the same sort. There is the same situation going to happen for Manchester City, isn't there, with Benjamin Mendy? Is he still contracted to City?
No, he's gone.
Has he gone to a French club now?
Has he completely gone? Yeah. So they've sort of moved him along because they terminate the contract, or did his contract run out naturally?
I think his contract ran out naturally, I believe.
Yeah.
But let's not forget as well, when he was facing charges, he still played.
Yeah.
It wasn't until he'd been charged. I think United, as soon as that audio came out, suspended him. Now, I don't think they had a choice, if I'm being honest. I don't give the club a pat on the back for doing the obvious. But it was slightly different. So we'll have to see what happens. Obviously, you know, there's a big debate going on. We'll see whether Mason Greenwood does play for Manchester United again. We'll see what the club's decision. It could be a loan move. It could be a selling. It could be a bringing him back into the first team. We'll just have to wait and see. It just feels like there is going to be a decision made sooner rather than later. And as always, we'll keep you posted. And we always want to hear. We always want to hear from your opinion as well. It does divide. It's a divisive topic, and it's a horrible topic to be discussing. But it's one you have to, because this is where we're at. Just finally on this, Apna Bidu King Eric says there is danger in ostracising professionals from jobs when they are not proven guilty after lawful proceedings, and we'll see that with Greenwood. Adam Plummer says Greenwood deserves a second chance. Jack Hill says, have you guys not noticed the match is still ongoing? Yes, we have, and Lons have just had a shot. It's 3-1 to Manchester United.
Friendly, it's not the Champions League final, is it? Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
We've got to a really good bit of... We had a really good chat then. It was quite nice, different opinions.
Sorry, if you think this is commentary on a football match, you've obviously not watched this channel before. We don't really do that here. We'll mention the game, obviously, that's going on in United winning, which is nice. Casemiro, Marcus, and someone else has scored. Anthony, thank you, have scored the goals. Lon scored from the halfway line in the first half, but it's been a much better second half from Manchester United.
Far better. Tonight gave him a right rocket up the arse.
Yeah, Zayden Sancho, I think he's coming on.
Rocket up the arse.
Lucky bastard.
You know, Ten Hag, like when he's fuming, he has a certain amount of lines on his head. Like if it's down to the third line, you know it's going to go off in that dressing room. Who's coming on? Jaden, love to see it.
Garnacho coming off to a rapturous applause there. He's had a good game, hasn't
he? Yeah.
What do you think of that third kit? I've just seen a kid there in that third kit, the stripy kit.
It's alright, isn't it?
It's growing on me, you know.
Why? What are you saying? Are you going to get one?
No, I don't like it.
What's your favourite, the red one?
The white one looks like a Liverpool kit.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't like any of them. I like the red one. I like the red one.
Red one's alright.
You're right about the white one looking like the Scousers, and that green thing looks like it more like a Newcastle kit than
better in person.
Yeah. It's not for me.
Like a humbug suite a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It might be a grower. It might grow.
I've bought a top in ages. Also, as well, it's designed for football players, so my belly just sticks out.
I'm the same, mate. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'm not getting a game, am I?
I can't remember last time I bought a United kit either. No, I mean, the whole thing is like, don't buy the kit, glazes out and all that, and I get that, but I'd be a massive hypocrite because I've got a season ticket, so that's cost more than a football kit, if I'm being brutally honest. But I understand the thing about not buying merchandise is a little bit different.
And I like a United pie.
They are.
The United pie.
Do you like the pies?
The meat, cheese and onion.
Oh,
meat,
no.
Cheese, I think that's a decent one, that.
Bro, you have to remortgage your house to get a pie.
The paninis as well. You get cheese and onion panini. It's like glue,
I'm not having the paninis.
It's absolutely awful.
Good to see that Raphael Varane's recovered, whatever it was.
I'd get...
Jesus. Bloody hell.
I'd get Varane off me.
Yeah,
There's no point we're risking it.
Lon's nearly
Here we
scored
Oh!
down.
At least it's been competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's been back and forth. So.
Yeah,
Let's have a look
that
here.
challenge Marcelo did up in pre-season. Was that pre-season?
Yeah, naughty that one.
The
It.
leg breaker.
Career end of that. Absolute career ender.
That was horrible. I hate that as well. I hate the fact that now when we see these challenges, they're on social media and just everyone's sharing them.
Twitter now, I've seen more people get hit by cars on like my For You page. I don't
X,
even know
don't
what I
you?
fucking want.
Do you know what I mean? X.
X now. I see crazy stuff on my Twitter. I'm like, what? I didn't even fucking sign up for this.
Yeah, I know. It's proper minging some of it.
Because they've got like a For You thing now, similar to TikTok, where it'll just come up with crap on your page. And people that you don't like. Like, I always see crap on my feed. I'm like, why?
Can I ask a question?
Of course, you can ask any question you want.
Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Pre-season. So far.
He's been alright, hasn't he? But he got to develop into a proper routine with...
You're not having it, are you? I'm not having it.
Listen, I have got on board with the Mason Mount signing. It wasn't my preferred choice, but the manager wanted him, so it's like, yeah, I get it. Champions League winner, 24 years old, gives us another option. He is though, isn't he? Yeah, no, he played a big part in them winning the Champions League as well. Don't forget it was his ball for Kai Havertz that scored the winner.
Yeah.
So I'm not dismissing that. He's not like he's done a David Mayer or Jonathan Greening where he's got a medal just for being there. He played a massive part in them winning the Champions League. Young player, obviously his numbers are decent. I wasn't a few months ago going, we need to get Mason Mount, but the manager wants him. Okay, I'll get on board with that. So far in pre-season, I ain't seen anything. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not giving up on the kid.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying it would have been nice to see a bit more from him.
We did
pre-season. I think he's done okay. Do you disagree? No, if you think I'm being tight, that's fair. No, because I don't want people to misconstrue this and me giving up on the kid. It's pre-season.
I hates
Mason Mount.
Yeah.
I know. I get what you're saying, but have we been playing well?
A lot of individuals haven't been great. Yeah,
I think he's done okay.
Off the ball.
Someone said, "What has Mount done wrong?" Have you not seen that first half chance?
Off the ball, he's been really good. He's been really, really good. But on the ball, he needs
to off the ball.
Sharpen up. No, but I mean like work rate off the ball.
Right.
I remember us doing a preview a while back, and we was talking about Eriksen and his mobility off the ball, like struggles sometimes in transition and stuff. And in the big games, I think that's what you'll see. You'll be more resolute.
That's our ball, that ref.
It's when we're playing a low block, or when you need to bring him from the games, you need that little bit of extra creativity. That's where Eriksen will come into the fold to break down them lines.
A few people saying different things in the comments. Let's see, Claire Heffer says Mason Mount is a squad player, a good one, but I don't think he changes our team from last year massively. He doesn't elevate as much. My
squad player.
Does he
start? He's not starting.
Probably starts over Eriksen, I feel.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
The sad thing is about Eriksen, beginning of last season, that first 6 months last season, he's phenomenal.
Yeah,
on the ball.
That injury really spooked him.
Yeah.
And I don't think Mason Mount will be as good as Eriksen was in that first 6 months. I'd be surprised if
Depends what you want from a player.
I think Christian Eriksen was one of the best players in the league in that first 6 months. I really do.
Honestly, do you not think that's
he was second to De Bruyne in assists, bro.
Because we had Fred.
You're laughing, but
no, I'm not laughing.
It's because we was used to having McTominay and Fred in the midfield. I think
if you watched him week in week out, he was absolutely dictating the pace of games and picking out inch perfect passes constantly. He had an absolute fantastic first 6 months. Only a couple of games, I think, the Etihad maybe, and a couple of others where he didn't play well. But by and large, he was absolutely integral to what United were doing. And then he got that injury. Maybe just before that injury as well, there was a couple of wobbly ones. But after that injury, when he came back, just wasn't great at all. Hasn't looked quite himself in pre-season. Looked okay again.
But for a free as well.
From a free.
Sign him on a free. Oh, bit nasty that.
So yeah,
very stupid touch by Sancho. That
I think it'd be a bit more.
I'm really not forced on Sancho, me.
No,
I mean there's glimpses of a player that I think would be really amazing for United, but time after time I always see a glimpse for 5 minutes and then I never see it again.
Do or die this season.
Sarhad Shetty says, can't have double standards. We are okay with Leach's owners, but the moral high ground for Mason. He has issues and their relationship is abusive and complex, but if they are as a couple can move past it, why can't we as fans? I will say one thing, I don't think anyone's okay with the owners. I'm fucking not.
No. Yeah, we're not okay with the owners. And the owners are knobheads, but they haven't been accused of doing anything like that. I
think that's Sarhad Shetty's first super chat. Thanks for getting involved.
Sorry, congratulations on the super chat, but
No, listen, everyone's entitled to opinion. Amis Malice talking about Mason Mount says he takes the bar up from Fred and McTominay.
Got an anonymous text I was watching saying, "Do you think Eriksen was better than De Bruyne in the first half? In the first 6 months of the season?"
No, I think De Bruyne was. I think the numbers spoke for himself. I think De Bruyne was like the most assists. It was Eriksen.
As much as it kills me to say, I think it is.
I think De Bruyne. The thing with De Bruyne as well is, you're just surrounded by better players as well, and you're allowed to have a break. Remember when he got a few games off?
Yeah.
Like Bruno never gets a minute off.
De Bruyne
Rashford never got a minute off.
No. They've just if City decide to rest De Bruyne and have a midfield of like Gundogan, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva, then it was happy days, wasn't it, for them last season? Whereas if United rest Bruno or even Eriksen, I remember was it the Sheriff game where I might one of the Europa games, Eriksen was on the bench. You think, we won't need him for this one. He ended up bringing him on because we needed him. Yeah. And you think we just haven't got the squad.
They're passing it to Weghorst. Like De Bruyne's got Haaland in front of him, who's going to put chances away. We're putting out a lot of creativity. I mentioned this before. Bruno and Eriksen was putting out a lot of creativity. There's just no one on the end of it, unfortunately. So, like I said, that'll change with Rasmus, I think.
Yeah, this is it. I see a little young kid there, the green and gold United kit on. I love that.
Love it. Can't wait for him to fuck off if they do fuck off.
I don't know. Do you think they're going to go, the Glazers?
I think they're going to stay for another year.
They are.
It's all just too much.
Because they've got they mentioned that Club World Cup thing, the Champions League new format, which is like more revenue. The Adidas deal that they've just made, the money that's been spent, I don't know. I just think it stinks of them staying for another year and then sell when they'll get the $6 billion next year. That's what I think.
Yeah. I don't think the price of United is going to go down, is it?
No, it's going to. They know they can just sit on it. That's the annoying thing, because they're in the winning position regardless. Either way, they can just sit on it and get what they want for it. So either Qatar overpay or next year, I think.
Unless something mad happens with the stadium, because I think something crazy might happen this year where the health and safety just gets too much, and we realise that you need a full new stadium, a full revamp, and then that does knock the price down for United.
Glazers don't give a shit. Never have done. Don't give a shit. Can have leaks everywhere.
Adam Plummer says Adidas killed the sale.
I don't know about the specifics of that, to be honest. Yeah. Like they would have agreed that with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Qatar before. Like they'll know about all the sponsorship deals forthcoming and stuff.
It'd be interesting to see what happens, to be honest with you. It's one of those, isn't it? Where
if it was going to happen, sure, it was going to happen.
Strikes us June, like fucking hell. Like.
I was confident of a sale. Now I'm not.
Yeah.
I think I've gone from sort of 80-20 to the sale's going to happen to about 55-45 that it will.
If they don't go,
I'm obviously almost 50-50.
But again, it just wouldn't surprise me at all. Until they hit that figure, I think they'll stay.
PN says they will sell to Qatar soon. Having money now is better than having it later.
That's true.
Bird in the hand and all that.
Yeah, I'd love 20 quid now.
Yeah.
CBA, we're having it next week. Come
on,
give it back. That's the one.
Bruno.
Oh, I love a Bruno goal, mate.
I know. Bruno's been fantastic.
First game at Old Trafford as captain, isn't it? To be fair to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Done it justice.
Oh, Casemiro, wake up, man.
He has them lapses in concentration sometimes. Casemiro.
Then he kicks out a little bit.
I noticed that when he first signed, he was a little bit off the boil, slightly.
Arush Bakshi says, brings options in formation, legs and depth.
I think we've got enough.
M&M's are nice, the crunchy one.
What did you make of Casemiro's first season?
What smirk you got?
I know, that's what I was just thinking. Like,
he was alright. If we rank him out of 10, he was a 7 out of 10.
Right, I agree.
One of the best players.
This is my point. Like, I'm not going to say anything outrageous like he was terrible. He wasn't. I'll be honest with you. I was slightly disappointed.
He has to lose a couple of points for some of his
because
management.
Yeah, but I'll explain. Yeah, for starters, he was suspended for 8 games, which isn't great.
That's too much.
Like, you're missing a quarter of the season almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're suspended. And okay, some of those red cards, you look at it harsh, whatever. Yeah. The booking against Palace, I thought was stupid. To do that. Also, it took him a while to sort of get going, both when he arrived and then when he came back from suspension. So you're looking at another sort of 5 or 6 games, if not more, where he wasn't quite himself. And we're talking about a player that, when he's at his best, is one of the best midfielders in the world. We saw it in like the Carabao Cup final, for example. When he decides or when he's up for it, you can't compete with Casemiro. Real Madrid missed him. They missed him massively because he's so good. But I think the best is yet to come for him. Onana there doing all sorts of madness.
2 Onana mistakes in the last minute.
I think he's still a mint player whose ceiling is as high as anyone on the planet. I just think we can see more of him. I think we can see more consistency from him because I think there was.
We're going to get that though.
There was a lot of games where, or not a lot of games where there's a few games where he wasn't that great.
Oh, we're on the downward side of his career now.
Well, it depends. I don't know because a lot of people read into the age thing, but I think he's still got a few solid years at the top. Like you've seen that more and more now with footballers going past the age of 30. I thought he was fantastic. He had his moments, like obviously the suspensions, and then in some of the games, his lapses in concentration. Sometimes he's a little bit off the boil. But if you look at him in comparison to most DMs around the world, he's probably top 3, top 2.
Do you reckon?
You know what I mean? In my opinion, yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, I think he. Like I said, I think he did well. I think 7 out of 10 is a good.
And his creativity on the ball, I didn't expect that.
Good.
I thought he'd come in and be like a shield, really good defensive player, but like on the ball, he's as good as anyone in my opinion. Left foot, right foot.
Someone asking about Mason Mount.
Do you know what? Just a little observation. There's a lot of maybe kids having their first games, isn't there? And a lot of posters saying, "Can I have your shirt?" Which I'm not. Some people get annoyed, but I'm not asked. But I do love it how some parents would have lied to their kids today, going, "Oh yeah, make a poster," and they're just sat in the second tier of the Stretford end. Please look at me. Yeah. You need some good eyesight to spot one of them.
Dave Brown has put a super chat in. There's nothing on it, but thanks for your support.
Cheers,
mate.
Last 10 minutes.
If I missed anyone. I think
it's another goal coming. I reckon one more.
I'm all right. Bulldog Mayonnaise. I don't know if I read this one out. It says, hope I'm wrong, but is Hojlund overrated, overpriced?
He's overpriced. Overrated's a bit of a sticky one because he's a youngster. He's literally scored 44 goals, I think, in his career. And 15 of them was for the under-19, so he's very raw, but he's super talented. I think Eriksen actually is that. By the way. Well done.
Bulldog Mayonnaise has 2 different...
Great name,
I'm sure he asked about bacon before.
Oh, really? Okay, fair play to him. Gino says, you Man United fans will cry up your ass on David De Gea very soon. How do you cry up your ass?
I'd like to know.
I want to know. And you Man United fans... Exclusive. So I take it you're not a Man United fan from that comment. Yeah. Omari Folson has just come on.
Yeah.
So that's thrown a spanner in the works for our prediction, hasn't it? For our predicted team, didn't we have it in it?
Yeah, but but it's not a million.
Adamant.
They'll fly to Dublin tonight. They'll get a flight about.
Joe thinks he can do 10 minutes there. He can do a start tomorrow.
Of course he can.
All right, fair enough.
I think didn't Mark Hughes once play 2 games in a day?
That's a good memory.
Yeah, when he was on loan at Bayern. No, he was. Yeah, he played for Wales and Bayern or something, didn't he?
Something like that.
Bayern Munich, he said they landed the plane and he said he could see the game going on when the plane was landed. And then he said they drove him to the stadium and he played in the second half or something.
A young lad, nice little Ryanair trip to Dublin.
Ryanair?
Oh, mate, no.
Careful.
Fucking course it's Ryanair. United's budget.
First class, mate. First class.
Then, and then you have a good night's kip tonight. And what time's kick-off tomorrow? 4. All day.
As long as I have 2 breakfasts in it.
Tonight, you know.
Get 2 breakfasts.
Yes, a good night's kip tonight.
I don't think the Leprechaun Museum in. Also, I don't think they'll fly tonight. I think they'll just fly tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't need to fly over.
It's an hour.
Do you know what I mean? The thing with the flight is obviously it's not great being on a plane for a long time, but if you're in a plane for half an hour, that's better than being in a car.
Oh, especially if they put the foot down.
Do you know what I mean? Like you probably got more room in a plane than you have in a car.
And all of them pretty much live near the airport, Knutsford Way and all that. It's fucking, they love it around there.
You've done way too much diving into this.
Mate, I swear, I think we'll see a start.
You don't even have to get an Uber to the airport, man. It's just like you can just walk it.
On the 42. I think we'll see a start at 11 tomorrow. You'll be stunned by.
Wow. Quick turnaround.
Right, so you're saying that some of these players that have been here today, obviously not started, but you think some
they'll be on a bench.
All right, okay.
Of course, I don't.
Do you reckon Onana could start?
Nah.
But I think he might be there.
Yeah.
Also, I think Bruno will be there.
Bruno loves the game. Bruno absolutely loves the game.
Bruno's know what he has for breakfast, mate. He might have that second breakfast he was going on about before.
I just don't know if the manager.
I think some of them might travel just for the sake of like appeasing the fans.
Right. Declan Laird says, "Boat to Dublin, stop the leprechaun jokes, lads. Not good. No one's made a leprechaun joke."
And if you think I'm joking about the Leprechaun Museum,
it is a thing.
It's a thing.
I didn't know that. I actually thought he was joking.
You're small. It's great.
There is a Leprechaun Museum in
Dublin. Trying to hire
Ethan. So let's not pretend we're making leprechaun jokes. Someone's saying about Sancho. lots of people saying about Sancho. Joey Finlay, Sancho passing and physicality too weak. Casper Nordum saying Sancho sloppy work. He's very up and down in his Sancho this pre-season.
And he's too inconsistent.
Like against Arsenal, he was fantastic. And then we saw glimpses against, was it Madrid? I think I can't remember which game it was. I might be wrong.
Nice.
But then we have other games where he's just not.
It's it.
It is nice play.
Done him. Send him to Tesco. Go on.
Oh, Marcus there. Did well to sort of.
Did really well.
Nice
Space. Little bit of. Mad. What time is it?
It's what time is it? It's 2:30 nearly. Why?
Feels like I've been up doing the breakfast show. I thought it was like 6:30 at night.
Wow, he's been doing the.
Man, I've still got the afternoon.
Free reign.
The world of possibilities. Great. One of my favourite ever days was.
One of my favourite ever days was it Wednesday. Wednesday's my favourite ever day. No, it was Tuesday actually.
No, Thursdays are great.
Boxing Days, man.
Was Everton.
Pancake Day. Sounds right on your street.
Pancake Day.
Yeah.
It's the only thing Tuesday's got going for it.
Pancake Day.
Is that always on a Tuesday?
Yeah, always on a Tuesday, yeah. It's Pancake Tuesday. When's Good Friday? Is it always Fridays?
Joe has Pancake Day every Tuesday.
I make it
he doesn't discriminate. Yeah, he's like Tuesday.
My pancake.
Tuesday in the middle of June. I'm having pancake.
These guys are loving it. The long squad. Anyway, one of my best ever days. Everton pre-season 2 years
look
ago.
at us all chanting and that out with Kirky. Fuck off.
Guess no one wants to do it. The best ever.
God, sorry.
I'd tell it 3 times.
Well, I'm invested. Trust me, I'm invested. Go on.
I'm sure I did a fan cam with you.
Go on.
Oh, I was livid. Great game, brilliant game. And then I went out.
What game was it? What game?
Baggers. I'm sure we met Joe Smith, Patterson were
out.
out.
What game was it?
It was Everton pre-season. We beat them like 2-0, 3-0.
Right, okay.
Becky, my partner Becky didn't nearly get into the Nag's Head because she was wearing the blue away kit. I think I was like, no blue. I got the fucking badge on. So
really?
She was like, yeah, I was like, oh, I spotted it. Great day. Ended up at an emo night.
Really?
An emo night?
Yeah, at the Ritz.
Wow. Nice.
You know, like Blink 182.
My Chemical Romance, all that kind of jazz.
Oh, mate. All that get up.
Coming out with black eyeliner on. Love it.
One of my great days. Thanks for asking.
That's one of
that's one of your greatest days. The Everton pre-season game.
Fremont went to the Fremont.
You went to the Ritz for an emo night.
Yeah.
Oh, it was brilliant.
No, fair enough though. I like that. You watch United.
I just think it was the length of it.
Yeah, it's a full
really
on the all
kick
day. We all love an all day, don't we? Do you know what I mean?
Till the next
it's
morning.
like it's always a good day when you have a full day.
Oh
of it.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of a day I had which was like that, an all day sort of mint all day thing, because a lot of it is just like the game or whatever was great, but it's like for a full all day.
It's mint, innit?
Yeah.
But the only thing that can go slightly wrong is if football's involved and you get beat.
Yeah,
it can ruin your fucking day.
I hate when it's an early kick-off and that happens.
Can ruin your day.
Do you know what I mean?
It can, but also can make it. If you're waiting last minute.
Yeah. Lon's here from the edge of the box. No. United struggling to get.
Yeah, it's a bit of tempo's going out of it. On it.
We're making a Messi's time in America. Are you seeing it? They fucking love him, don't
Mate, you see that last minute free kick that he scored?
That was unbelievable. I thought the keeper could have got it though.
I know. I think the keeper was like
maybe
stats it a bit.
I think the
people look at it and say, "Don't fucking say that."
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It was a bit like, all right, it's a good free kick, but
still been about in Europe though. Like, do you remember the World Cup? It was unbelievable.
What we could do is Zlatan and come back. You know, Zlatan went, didn't he?
Yeah.
2 years, then he came back.
Everyone thought, oh, this is his retirement, and then next thing you know, he's playing at Milan for another 3 years. Absolutely
Crazy,
smashing it, winning the league.
When he's Zlatan, he's retired. Buffon's retired now.
Yeah, it's the end of it here, isn't it?
A couple of old school
nostalgic players that you love retiring, man.
But no, Messi, they love him over there.
Yeah, but he's done well because he could have gone to Saudi Arabia for a lot more money.
Yeah.
And he's decided to go to
America
Miami
for a lot more money.
He's got a lot of money, yeah. He's still got a lot of money. I think he would have got more in Saudi Arabia.
And he got like states.
Guys here,
crowd surfing, everything.
Also, as well, I think he loves Argentina, doesn't he? So he's not too far from Miami.
That's what I thought.
3-4 hour flight, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Whereas Saudi Arabia is literally the other side of the world.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Messi, he could do a season in Miami or a couple of seasons in Miami and still go Saudi Arabia.
He's still top.
I don't think the MLS is the most tough league, but I think it's a better standard than Saudi Arabia.
Here's a question: who wins the Ballon d'Or then?
Well, you got to think City
because they've changed it now from they used to do calendar years, but I'm sure they've changed it now in the structure and the way they do it.
I think a City player has to. They'll probably give it to Messi because he won the World Cup.
That's what I'm thinking.
But he didn't have a great season in terms of.
He was all right at PSG.
Yeah,
like numbers wise.
Yeah, I suppose PSG won the league, didn't they? If a City player win the treble and don't win the World Cup, did United player win a Ballon d'Or?
No, Rivaldo won it.
Yeah,
Rivaldo.
We didn't even win the PFA Player of the Year award. David Ginola, who finished 11th with Spurs, won it.
Right. Well.
So let's not say City have to win it.
All bets are off.
Jesus.
Oh, nah, with Hollywood save.
Now.
Probably Messi then.
Yeah.
And Haaland second.
Yeah, I could.
Do you think Messi will win it? Yeah.
I think so. I think to win the World Cup, and also he won that World Cup by playing a massive part in that.
Absolute clutch player.
Like, if you look at the Argentina team, I don't think it was that good.
Yeah, I think Messi wins and then Haaland second. Yeah. You've got to give it to Haaland. I mean, the amount of goals he scored the season.
Brought the record in the first league and win the treble.
If you don't, all bets are off then. If not,
I don't know though. I think that.
What else have you got to do to win it?
De Bruyne over him might be.
Over
Bro.
He scored 50 plus goals.
Yeah, and how many of them were set up by Kevin De Bruyne? And how many times did De Bruyne turn up at the end of the season when Haaland didn't?
You know as well about De Bruyne, a big game player.
You cheer the milkman, not the cow.
That's
what? No, you cheers the milkman. I've never cheered a milkman in my life.
You cheer the milkman, not the cow.
Just thought of that.
Fucking hell. If you want to cheer the milkman,
cheer Haaland. Not De Bruyne, he wins it. He comes second.
Right, okay. You're right. You think because he scored other goals, it should be him.
Sorry, I should have said tip the milkman, not the cow.
I was going to say, who's the milkman and who's the cow in this situation?
Well, obviously, the
He's
deliverer.
Stood outside his doorstep cheering on the milkman.
Yeah. The deliverer is the milkman.
Come on,
and
my
he's
son.
Haaland.
There's only one milkman.
Skimmed.
One milkman.
The cow is De Bruyne. You know, he provides what the milkman needs.
Right.
The milkman's the one who delivers it. You cheer the milkman, not the cow.
But without the cow, you wouldn't have the milk, would you?
Yes, exactly. Well, that's the system we live in.
The system we live in. I want to know what planet you live on.
Haaland wins it. 50 plus goals. Wow.
Right.
Come on, you got it.
To win a treble and get 50 plus goals in your first season.
Are you mad?
What more?
Hold on. Let's say that again.
Yeah.
So win the treble and 50 plus goals.
Yeah.
What more could he do?
That's phenomenal.
60.
That is phenomenal.
And he can't win any more apart from the fucking fourth one with the quadruple.
I just think that it might be De Bruyne that gets it over him because I think De Bruyne, especially in some of those big games when Haaland's a bit quiet, was on it. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I don't give a fuck whether City players win the Ballon d'Or. I hope they don't. Do you know what I mean? I would have no qualms if no City player got in the top 10 of the Ballon d'Or because at the end of the day, they're playing for a club that's got 115 charges hanging over it. They don't even deserve to be up there.
Very good point.
So I'm not going to sit here going, oh, well, I'm gutted that De Bruyne couldn't care less. I just wouldn't be surprised if De Bruyne got over Haaland because I think De Bruyne as well, especially when you look at the people that vote for the Ballon d'Or, is a bit more of the purist type of player where they go, oh,
I'd be my jaw on the floor if De Bruyne gets second and not Haaland. I'd be stunned.
Would you really?
50 goals. I mean, literally, it's unbelievable.
We've seen that before, haven't we? We've seen it in situations before where players have scored loads of goals and not won the Ballon d'Or. It can happen. I know they've not won the treble.
If anyone knows anyone who scored 50 goals and not won the Ballon d'Or, let us know.
There will be players who've scored 50 goals.
50?
Really?
50? Hugh Grant, who's been a member of the Academy for 18 says, good we win. Looking forward to seeing Hojlund in action. He will hardly play tomorrow, would he? Up the Paddock.
Is that done?
That's done. Manchester United winning 3-1.
Great result.
Over Lons.
Well done, boys.
A great result from the Reds. Thanks to everyone who watched us. Don't forget to hit like as well. Also, this stream is going to redirect to the review. So we'll do me and Joe. We'll go over the review in a minute. We'll just have a quick review where we'll get your comments. Before we go though, make sure you check out Nick Cape on Real Reds Talk. Nick, thanks for joining us. I think your kid's on with us tomorrow, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
So Sam from Real Reds Talk will be coming on tomorrow. Are you in?
Not your kid though.
Not my actual kid.
Oh no, a 4-year-old.
Well, not that I know of. I might have a kid out there somewhere, but who knows?
Do I have to tell you? Do I have to honestly? Have you just landed in Manchester this morning where you don't know what our kid or your kid means? Seriously,
our kid means your
honestly, I can't cope.
Milk and the cow.
You need to focus on. You need to focus on cheering the milkman. Who cheers the milkman?
Come on.
Do you know what I mean?
Come on.
You cheer the milkman, not the cow. Or how's about you don't cheer either because you're not mental? You fucking hell.
Right. Kids going carriage.
Hey. Are you here tomorrow with me?
Yes, I am here tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Fantastic.
You can stay. What? Yeah, that's the best thing for that. We'll leave that there. We've unplugged his microphone. We've had enough and I'm dribbling now. Right, yeah, stick that back in. Right, we're going to be back in a minute with the review, so make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. Stick around. Manchester United winning 3-1 over Lens. We put that first half horror show behind us to have a very positive second half with goals from Casemiro, Marcus Rashford and Anthony. We'll be getting into the review though very shortly, so make sure you stick around for that. That's been Joe McGrath. That's been Nick McCabe. I've been Jay Motte. This has been the watch along for Manchester United versus Lens. Thanks for watching.